Fitzpatrick Field is a site for tonight's Northeastern Conference game between the visiting Wrightstown Tigers and the host Little Chute Mustangs. Good evening, everyone. Good Friday evening, everyone. Yet another USA Today Network Wisconsin live stream. I am Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick, we're all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. And Brett, well, it's nice to be in another press box. We were kind of worried that maybe we would have to be on the element, but that's just rosy for us tonight. But we're expecting a very good game between these two teams, two pair of undefeated teams. I know I voted for both of those teams in the Associated Press rankings, Brett. We're expecting a good game because these are two big rivals in the Northeastern Conference.
Yeah, this could be a fun one, Ricardo. And first of all, what a difference a week makes. Last week we were all bundled up in our winter gear, and tonight it's like a summer evening. I mean, it's incredible. And then I see next week could be cold again. So
back down to the 40s.
Yeah, so we'll enjoy this while we have it. Last little blast of summer. But this is going to be fun. And when these two teams meet, Little Chute, Wrightstown, obviously neighboring communities, Wrightstown just down the road. It doesn't take long to get there from here. But usually very good matchups, very close matchups. And really a contrast of styles tonight, Ricardo. Little Chute's going to come out, air it out. They've got a quarterback that's got experience in Cade Van Asten and a terrific wide receiver in senior Tate Huss.
Yes.
Conversely, we all know what Wrightstown loves to do, right? They've been doing it for years, ground and pound. They're going to run, and run some more. So we're going to see which style wins out. Could it be the quick strike Mustangs and get an early lead, or is it going to be Wrightstown that gets that lead and then controls the ball, controls the clock? It's imperative for that Little Chute defense to get off the field as quickly as possible because they do have an offense that can put up points in a hurry.
Expecting a good one here again, and these teams are rivals not just in football but in all the sports because both communities have outstanding athletes all across the board. Brett, I'll start off with some Little Chute notes. You can finish up with Wrightstown. Again, these notes put together very nicely by our friend here, Brett Christopherson. Mustangs enter tonight's game ranked 10th in the state in D4 in this week's SwissSports.net coaches poll. They're off a 41-20 victory over Marinette last Friday. That was an NEC game at Marinette. The aforementioned Cade Van Asten, big night, throwing for 183 yards, 4 touchdowns on 14 of 24 passing. 3 of those touchdowns were to Tate Huss. Hey, he finished with 6 catches for 101 yards and scored on catches of 8, 22, and 40 yards. Hunter Hermes, he got the other touchdown pass, 17-yarder on his lone reception of the game. Now, Van Asten also ran for a 2-yard score, so he can do it with his legs. And Little Chute got on the board with an 82-yard kickoff return by Nolan Lamer. So all facets playing well for Little Chute last week. On the season, Van Asten threw for 303 yards, has thrown, I should say, for 303 yards and 6 touchdowns this season while completing 58% of his passes. He has yet to throw a pick and has been sacked twice. Lamers is a Mustangs leading rusher with 114 yards and 2 touchdowns on 25 carries. That's a 4.6 yards per carry average. Stephen Hack next with 52 yards on 11 carries, followed by Jacob Melendez with 50 yards on 11 rushes. Huss tops on the team in receptions and receiving yards, 13 for 142. Also has 4 touchdowns. Hermes is next with 7 catches for 74 yards and a score. And offensively, hey, this kid's really good. Ryan Verstegen, he leads the Mustangs in tackles with 15. 14 of those are solo stops. You'll be hearing his name a lot tonight. Hulse, by the way, also has 2 interceptions. And as a team, Little Chute's averaging 151.5 yards per game through the air, 121.5 yards on the ground, and it's allowing 98.5 and 91.5 respectively. Its third down percentage is 53.6%. Mustangs open the season with a 28-13 home win over Fox Bay Lutheran. And next week, yet another big one. They're at Freedom in a Northeastern Conference game. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. What can you tell me about those Wrightstown Tigers,
well,
Brett?
First of all, big stretch for Little Chute tonight with Wrightstown and next week with Freedom. They're primary rivals here in the Northeastern Conference. So we're going to find out even more about the Mustangs here in the next 2 weeks. But for the Tigers, Ricardo, 2-0. The Tigers enter tonight's game ranked 4th in the state in Division 4 in this week's SwissSports.net coaches poll. And I guess I didn't check the Associated Press poll. I didn't know that was out yet. Yeah, we'll go through that too. But anyway, Tigers coming off a 41-16 pounding of Luxembourg Casco last Friday in an NEC matchup just down the road at Wrightstown. Wrightstown actually trailed Ricardo 16-14 at the half, but then outscored the Spartans 27-zip over the final 2 quarters to cruise to the win. Quincy Klister and Logan Kale, hopefully I'm saying that right, we'll get the name pronunciation here in a second, led what proved to be an impressive rushing effort for the Tigers. Klister finished with 146 yards and 2 touchdowns on 17 carries. His scoring runs came from 17 and 9 yards out. Kale, meanwhile, rushed for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns on 12 carries, 13.4 yards per carry average. His touchdown runs came on 6, 22, and 21 yards. Check this out, Ricardo. The Tigers, as a team, rushed for 456 yards on 50 attempts. That's a 9.1 yards per carry average. How about that? Quarterback Matthew Hansen only attempted 4 passes, but did hook up with Sam Hayes for an 8-yard touchdown. Defensively, Wrightstown tallied 4 sacks, with Carson Fabian leading the way with 1.5 sacks and a forced fumble. The Tigers limited the Spartans to just 234 yards of total offense. Wrightstown also caused 2 turnovers on the season. Clister is Wrightstown's top rusher with 246 yards and 2 touchdowns on 31 carries. He's averaging 123 yards per game on the ground. Kale is next with 210 yards and 4 TDs on 19 attempts. He's averaging 105 yards per game. Jared Pelishek is also off to a nice start with 163 yards on 21 carries. Hansen has the one receiving touchdown, or I checked that. Quarterback has the one passing touchdown on the season. He is 2 of 7 passing on the season overall for 32 yards. So Ricardo, 7 attempts in 2 games.
Yeah.
You can kind of see what I'm saying when Wrightstown's going to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. Pelishek, Jacob Van Zeeland, Ryan Schmidt, and Hayes each have 1 reception so far. Clister is the Tigers' leading tackler with 16 total stops. Joe Hella's 2 sacks lead the team in that department. As a team, Wrightstown is averaging 383.5 yards per game on the ground and allowing just 80 yards. The Tigers are averaging 27 yards per game through the air and allowing 79.5. Wrightstown opened the season with a 42-6 road victory over Denmark. They're home against FBL next Friday in a Northeastern Conference game. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m.
You know, Brett, we were talking about the Associated Press rankings, and both these teams play in the medium division. Wrightstown's ranked 6th in the medium division. That's enrollment size 301 to 899. Little Chute got a bunch of votes. I know I voted for them, and someone else did as well, it appears, because they're basically ranked 12th. They have 4 votes. So other area teams, Xavier, very, very good season so far, Brett, over there for Hankins and his guys. They're ranked 3rd. Freedom ranked 5th. So, we have 4 area teams playing well. And then Amherst, really. So that's another area team that is getting some love, Brad, in the Associated Press poll. So,
well, speaking about the Northeastern Conference, Ricardo, Little Chute, Wrightstown, Freedom all ranked in the top 10 in Division 4 in this week's SwissSports.net State Coaches Poll. We mentioned the Mustangs checking in at number 10 this week. Tigers are number 4, but the Irish number 3. So, Freedom hosts Little Chute next Friday and will travel, talking about the Irish, to Wrightstown on November 6th for what we presume will be the regular season finale. That's a game we are scheduled to live stream over at Wrightstown. We'll see how this goes tonight, but that could determine the Northeastern Conference Championship, or at least maybe a share of the championship based on how everything plays out. But really, we've talked about it numerous times over the years. It's really, when it comes to football in the Northeastern Conference, a 3-team league, basically. It's the 3 teams, Little Chute, Wrightstown, Freedom, and then everybody else. It seems like these 3 teams somehow always battling for the top spot. And what's cool about it is they're all within a 15-minute drive of each other, basically. It doesn't take very long, 20 minutes maybe to get to Wrightstown, and Freedom's just up the road here. Of course, Little Chute and Freedom play for that county end sign, which that'll be next week.
Yeah, once in a while you'll see Lux Casco have a really good team that will compete for the title, but more often than not, it is those 3 aforementioned teams, Little Chute, Wrightstown, Freedom, that are usually battling for the NEC crown. Minutes away from the start of tonight's game. Here at Fitzpatrick Field.
Got to thank Athletic Director Kelly Wallace for setting us up, doing a great job, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after the national anthem, what the hard work of these athletic directors and what they're going through during this pandemic.
For the playing of the national anthem.
finish that thought, Ricardo, again, thanks to Kelly Wallace, the athletic director here. Always great to work with, setting us up here at Fitzpatrick Field. It is a challenging job on just a regular year, but times 1,000, right, as we all are grinding through this COVID-19 pandemic. You never know what's going to happen from week to week. We don't even know where we're live streaming next week. So
no, I know. And Brett, you've done a bang-up job trying to get all this squared away with the scheduling.
Our week 1 game was canceled at the last second, so we were kind of stuck. But just give these athletic directors, not only Kelly, but everybody that's trying to grind through this pandemic, and these coaches and these players and the administrators, teachers, everywhere. It's a tough job, as I said, when it's just everything's going regular, but you throw in a once in a 100-year pandemic, and the fact that we're even streaming football is remarkable. So kudos to everybody involved, and great to be here. And great to be at Fitzpatrick Field. I was talking to Rosie about this. Very underrated, very picturesque. With it's too bad it's not lighter out with the fall colors across and the neighborhood setting. So I was talking to Coach Ted Evers, Little Chute coach, and I said, last thing that you guys need to really finish off this facility is turf.
Yeah.
I know he'd like to get turf, so any Little Shooters out there listening tonight, hey, support your program. Get a turf field out here. It's already a top-notch facility, and that would just elevate it even more.
Yeah, I've been here. We've been here many times to do live streams. I've also been here many times to cover track sectional or regionals, conference meets, things like that, Brett. Nice facility here at Little Chute.
Yeah, I know they just redid their basketball, the floor in the gymnasium, the field house, so that's all spruced up. They got a nice turf baseball field that they have yet to use because obviously what happened in the spring, everything getting canceled because of COVID. So top notch. It's just we've been here for track sectionals, so a lot of space. It's just a real nice setting back here. So I know the folks in this community very proud of their high school. Brand new addition to the academic side of things too at the high school. So a lot of good things, a lot of good energy happening here as the Mustangs getting introduced. You can see the Tigers and their road whites jumping up and down, getting ready for this one. So this will be fun. We've done some games in the past. I think the last time we did a Little Chute Wrightstown game, we were up in Wrightstown. A couple of years ago, I want to say Noah Miller was the quarterback.
Was that the playoff game?
No, that was for the conference
That's
championship. Mustangs won that one. But then there have been some close battles that Wrightstown has won. So I think I remember being here maybe a few years back. It might have been like a 7-3 score or something. I have to go back and look. So it's always fun when these two teams hook up, and it was always a great addition to have Wrightstown join the Northeastern Conference with Freedom and Little Chute and even FVL, all really close schools and communities.
You know, and I talked with Coach Steve Klister this week, Brett, after their big win last week. And he was looking forward to tonight's game, Brett. He mentioned that, you know, all the games, it seemingly like against Little Chute, have always been about a one-score game.
Yeah.
For more or less in terms of their battles together. So, you know, I know this is a program he respects. You're seeing some of the best in the NEC right here. I'll tell you that for sure, with Freedom, the other, again, favorite team in the conference.
Well, we'll talk about the success of these two programs later on in the stream, but sensational. Very much playoff participants, especially Wrightstown and their streak. It's incredible. So it's going to be a little bit different this year with how the playoffs are going to work, but still that doesn't take away from the fact that both of these two teams have made not only postseason appearances, but deep playoff runs as well.
Getting ready here as Wrightstown will kick off. Little Chute huddling up as they will soon hit the field to receive. Again, we are 7:01 p.m. on a Friday night, October 9th.
Like 70-some degrees.
It is
crazy. I'm in
unseasonably
shorts.
warm. And I think we're going to get back to seasonal temperatures next week, however.
Well, is a high of 50 seasonal this time of year? I don't know.
53 or 54.
Yeah, slap in the face.
That's right. Pretty soon Thanksgiving's right around the corner there, Rosie.
What would this be if we had an actual regular season? Would this be about week 8 maybe, week 9?
Playoffs just around the corner if it was a regular season as Little Chute.
That's Tate Huss bringing it.
Look out.
He's got a little bit of a seam. Still on his feet, near side, brought down. Good return and good start for the Mustangs, Ricardo, about the 35-yard line.
That's where Van Asten will start leading the Little Chute offense. 1st and 10 from the 35. 11:52 on the clock. Just underway here at Fitzpatrick Field, Northeastern Conference battle between the visiting Wrightstown Tigers and the host Little Chute Mustangs. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick, bringing you those high-definition shots here, all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin.
Good job by Van Asten on the high snap. He's able to hand it off to number 5, Nolan Lamers, the senior running back. Not much there up the gut, maybe a couple yards. We'll see, about 3 yards.
Yeah, looks like they're putting it right at the 38.
We're just happy to be streaming.
Very true.
Because 2 weeks ago we were going to do the Kaukauna Notre Dame game, and what did I get a notice on Thursday afternoon that Notre Dame had to unfortunately pull out and left us scrambling. And at that point I was wondering, are we going to get any games in? So we did Kaukauna Martin Luther last week, and now we got Little Chute and Wrightstown. Ricardo Lamers past the 40, so setting up a third and very manageable coming up for the Mustangs. Third and about what? 3, long 3, short 4. Ball's at the 42-yard line.
Lamers, a 6 foot, 180-pound senior. Running back, also listed as a cornerback for the Mustangs. So Van Asten, again, his favorite receiver is Tate Huss. Huss has had a outstanding start to the season, one of the top receivers in the Fox Valley area.
Of course, Little Chute fans, Tate and has the football, trying to get that lead block stop short. Ooh, big-time tackle. Looks like number 44 for the Tigers, Sam Hayes, the two-way tight end DB, 6'3", 205-pound senior. I thought Huss had the first down, but Hayes stops him just shy of that first down marker. And we'll see what
wait, they're giving them the first down.
Yeah, they're going to move the sticks, aren't they? They are going to move it. Okay, so I thought maybe Huss was stopped. Good spot.
Okay. Very nice spot for Little Chute. I thought he was short.
So nose of the ball on the 45-yard line, first down. So good run by Huss, but I was going to finish that thought. Remember Sawyer Huss.
Sawyer Huss, sure.
That's Tate's brother, another outstanding athlete from a few years back, football, basketball. Van Asten is going to look downfield. He's got good time.
What? He's got his guy. Oh, my goodness.
And that was Huss. Huss had his defender beat, but more importantly had better position on him, was able to kind of box him out, and just a little bit long on that throw. But that's a good sign for that offensive line for the Mustangs. Gave Van Asten plenty of time to chuck it down the field.
Yeah, I want to say that was number 20 for Wrightstown on the defense, Riley Lick. 5'10", 175-pound defensive back, senior. Second down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Hand off to Lamers up the gut. Looks like number 53 got on there pretty fast for the Tigers. Carson Fabian, a 6 foot, 220-pound defensive end. So third and about 7 coming up for the Mustangs near midfield.
3 carries, 10 yards already for Lamers. But a third down and long situation here for the Mustangs. Just underway, 9:53 and counting in the first quarter. Fitzpatrick Field, home of the Little Chute Mustangs.
Play action. Van Asten.
Oh, look at the mobility there.
I thought Van Asten was going to get dropped. Instead, is able to elude the would-be tackler, Tim Buchholz. Junior tight end over the middle. So good job, Ricardo, by Van Asten to kind of scramble his way out of trouble. He's kind of pumped, slapping his hands, clapping his hands a little bit, and Mustangs on the move. Ball at the Wrightstown 39.
You know, not the most smoothest getaway, but, you know, he moved just enough. He found his open man, Buchholz, 5'10", 180-pound junior. First down and 10 at the 39.
Van Asten gets it out quickly and looks for, Huss dropped it. I think Tate trying to make the move before that ball was secure. I'm not sure how much wiggle room he had there, but second down coming up and 10. Again, ball at the Wrightstown 39. So
this will be the 8th play of this drive, Brett. So nice drive that started at the 35 for Little Chute.
Just going to say that, and keeping that powerful Wrightstown offense off the field, at least initially here. So we'll see if the Mustangs can keep those chains moving. Big second down play coming up.
Second down and 10. And going deep again, one-on-one coverage, and that was knocked away nicely.
That's Riley Like
is what I called him.
Hunter Hermes was the intended receiver there for the Mustangs, 6'2", 170 pounds. Riley, 5'10", 175 pounds, so giving up a little bit in the height department, but really played that ball well, knocked it down, and now 3rd and long coming up for the Mustangs. And at this point in the field position, you got to think it's 4-down territory as well.
I like the way Little Chute attacks, though, Brett, downfield. That's something to watch as the game progresses.
Yeah, between Hermes and Tate, Ricardo, I think some pretty good speed there at the receiver spot as Van Asten's got time going deep downfield again. Hermes was the intended receiver and incomplete.
I didn't like that pass, Brett. He passed into double coverage. He was asking a lot of his receiver. Now, I know that Hermes is a fine athlete, but Wrightstown also had their defenders properly in position.
Like Sam Hayes was the one there against Hermes, and I guess looks like Little Chute is going to punt. Okay, so interesting. I thought maybe inside the 40 they would go for it, but I guess in this situation just hoping to pin Wrightstown very deep, and we'll see where this punt goes. I think Huss is back to punt. And it looks like is the return man, but that ball is going to bounce, be down about the 15-yard line. So long field to go for the Tigers, but our first chance, Ricardo, to see Wrightstown and in that punishing ground game again last week. Got the stats right here. 456 rushing yards against Luxembourg Casco in that 41-16 win. 50 rushing attempts.
If you like throwback football, you're going to love the Wrightstown Tigers. Taking you back to 1997, my friend.
And watching that clock run, right?
Yeah.
Last week was kind of a long game between Cacon and Martin Luther, 2 passing teams. I know Rosie was frozen like a popsicle after that one.
See who ran with that one. Nice gain for Wrightstown.
Looks like number 27 for the Tigers. That's Jared Pelishik, the senior, and then kind of a three-headed monster again with Pelishik, Quincy Klister, and then the third member of that rushing attack, Logan Kale. So good start for Wrightstown, 6-yard run for Pelishik. And there's Quincy Klister, just gets his head down, powers his way past the first down marker, and again, nothing fancy, running between the tackles and letting that offensive line go to work.
Ball will be out to the 28. That was a gain of 6 yards. First down and 10 from the 28 for Wrightstown on their first possession. 8:15 and counting here in the first quarter.
3 backs in the backfield. There's a handoff to Pelishik. Tripped up, though. I want to say that might have been number 32. Nope, 57, Kyle Vandelygraff, the senior defensive end. They're going to credit with the tackle for the Mustang. Second down, but you can see Wrightstown, they don't spend much time in the huddle. They know what the plays are.
Yeah, and this is an offense that has been running the same plays for years. It's a matter of, hey, what can you stop us running our favorite plays?
Execution, right?
Yep.
As Klister trying to get outside, but still does a good job getting past the 35. I thought the Mustangs did a good job kind of setting that edge. It looked like Klister wanted to bounce it, but still, with some blockers in front, was able to churn out a pretty good run. 3rd down and about 2, ball at the 36-yard line.
You can see when Wrightstown lines up, they don't have anyone wide.
No.
I mean, everyone is right there.
You can see that defense and everybody in the box. Basically, there's a handoff, and that's Kale, his first carry of the night, and that's a first down.
Death by 1,000 cuts, Brett?
It's fun to watch that sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember, look at the Badgers over the years. I mean, just ground and pound, right? I mean, of course, Wisconsin could open it up a little bit too. They had some decent quarterback play over the years, but tailback all these great running backs they've been able to churn out. And that was obviously the preferred style of Barry Alvarez when he got that program turned around. It's just kind of fun to watch these teams grind it out on the ground. Here's another handoff. Looks like Pelishek this time, and not much there for the Tigers running back. Jared Pelishek, again, senior running back, 6'1", 190 pounds. Here's the thing, though, with the Tigers. They don't care if it's second and long, third and long. They're just going to kind of stick to their bread and butter, and they're just going to keep running that football.
It's almost where you can say Wrightstown, there is no, a passing down where it's kind of like, okay, they're going to pass here. They running is what they do, and that's it.
A little razzle-dazzle there. The fake to Pelishek. Quincy Klister has it, but wrapped up. Looks like 57 and 19. That's Van de Lygraaf again, and Tim Peters. First time we're calling Peters' name. The senior cornerback, 5'8", 150 pounds. So third down and about 7 yards to go, it looks like, for the Tigers. Ball, they're going to be spotted. Ricardo at the 44-yard line. Maybe will this be when we see quarterback Matthew Hansen drop back for the first time tonight. Again, he comes in, I think, with just 7 pass attempts.
Yeah, 2 receivers far side for Wrightstown.
And there he is. He's going to drop back. Pressure. There's going to be a flag, so that's coming back. It looks like Hansen's going to scramble for the first down. But it looks like a holding call will bring that back. Credit Hunter Thiel, the sophomore defensive end. How about 6'4", 180 pounds for your sophomore? Flushing Hansen out a little bit, making things uncomfortable, and as we expected, Ricardo, that is coming back.
Hansen showing some good mobility there.
Yeah.
Nice little spin move.
Hansen, a senior, 6'1", 155 pounds. Again, very modest. I'm sorry, Ricardo, modest stats. 2 of 7 passing on the season for 32 yards coming in, but when you got a 3-pronged attack at the running back spot and a really strong offensive line, you don't need to drop back and pass too much. So 3rd and 22 now coming up. That ball is going to be spotted all the way back to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, loss of 15 on that penalty for Wrightstown.
So
and they're just going to run it up the middle.
Watch out.
Hey.
You never know. Logan Kale makes up some yards, but 4th down come up, so the penalty is what stalls that drive, and we're going to see the Tigers punt it away with 4:54 and counting in this quarter. Thanks for everybody watching tonight on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, both Facebook pages, and our YouTube channel, USA Today Network Wisconsin. We're all over the place. And it looks like, by what I'm seeing, a very good viewership tonight. So we appreciate you guys checking in. Unfortunately, I know you'd all like to be here, but just not reality right now, Ricardo. And we've got another flag. I wonder if that's going to be a procedure call.
It is false start on Wrightstown.
We can talk about the playoff success here as the officials kind of figure some things out. Check this out now as I was doing the research for the stats. Wrightstown has been a WIAA playoff participant in every season since 1995. It reached the Division IV state semifinals last year and won Division IV state titles in 2011 and 06 and a Division V championship way back in 1998. Meanwhile, Little Chute has made 8 straight playoff appearances and reached the Division IV state semifinals in 2018. As we finally get the punt off, Tate Huss has it. Looking for some room on that far side. Brought down hard, about the 35-yard line. But yeah, Little Chute state semifinals in 2018 and 2016. And as you remember, Ricardo, back in 2014, the Mustangs reached the Division IV state finals. I believe they lost to Somerset that year. So also very interesting that a note that actually Coach Ted Evers emailed me. These two programs had never played each other in football until 2014. That was a 21-6 Mustangs Week 2 victory. Little Chute leads this series 5-4, but Wrightstown won both meetings last season. That was a 7-3 win in Week 6 and a 20-7 win in the first round of the WIAA Division IV playoffs. Van Asten looking. Watch out. Oh, that's picked off, and that is going to be a pick 6. Not a good throw. That was number 27, Jared Pelishek, on about, what do you call it, about a 40-yard return?
Yeah, I would say 40-yard touchdown. And that ball just lofted in the air too much, Brett. Too much.
That's a long throw, and just checking out the wind, I was talking to Rosie about that. It was obviously very windy today, but the wind has really died down, so wind shouldn't be a factor for the Mustangs. And I think it was just not a good throw by Van Asten, like you said, just sort of lofted up, hung up there forever, and Pelishik, easy pick 6. As kick sails wide right, so no good on the PAT by Michael Bunton. And with 4:05 remaining here in this opening quarter at Fitzpatrick Field, Wrightstown strikes first. Tigers up 6-0 on the 40-yard interception return by Logan Kale. Homecoming here, Ricardo.
It is.
I know when I pulled in, the parade had just finished up in town.
I think they're playing the Jock Jam CD here, Rosie, from way back in 1997. Still big. People love it.
Well, as the teams kind of reset here, maybe I can check what's going on around the area as far as high school football scores. No ticker this week.
No.
I can't.
Nope, you can't. You didn't even, not even going to try it.
I can't do 9 things at once. I'm sorry,
Listen
guys.
to you.
I know I'm pretty good, but you know, that's asking. I'm only one man. That's asking a little too much for me.
That's not good crazy.
Plus, I'm getting a little old too.
That you hit right on the head, my friend, is the kickoff right outside the end zone.
That's number 19 for the Mustangs. Tim Peters finally brought down, and see if Cade Van Asten kind of shake that interception return for a score off and get this Mustangs offense marching and on the move again like we saw in that opening drive.
Yeah, they did have a nice drive going, Brett, and it's one of those things where, you know, when you're throwing way out under the boundary like that,
it's a long throw.
That's got to be a hummer. That's got to go out there quick.
Yeah, you got to kind of throw that on a dart, and that wasn't the case. But credit Pelishik for getting there quickly and untouched into the end zone. So first down coming up for Van Asten and the Mustangs, and there's a little pop pass, I guess you could say, to number 40. Carson Weingard, the senior, 6'2", 170 pounds, wide out. The ball's going to be at the 19-yard line for Little Chute. Second down, and we'll call it 7. I just can't get over the weather. Beautiful. You can kind of see across from us, too. Some cars are parked along the street there, and I think that's Taylor Street. I know a couple weeks ago I drove through when we didn't have a game, and one of the houses across the way, they had a little bonfire in their driveway as they're watching the game from across the road. Van Asten got time. Checks it down to number 40. That is Weingard again. So a couple targets to Carson Weingard, and that's going to put the ball at the 25-yard line. So third and we'll call it 2 coming up, Ricardo. So third and short, pretty good situation for this Mustang offense.
Yeah, Van Asten showing some patience there, Brett. Just, you know, checking it down and letting his receivers do the work.
Doing what the defense gives you.
Absolutely.
Third and 2 for the Mustangs.
Handoff. Lamers looking for something, and I don't think he got much. Looks like Quincy Klister and number 88.
Yeah, maybe
Hunter
a yard.
Bartoszek, Ricardo, a junior linebacker. So 4th and 1, 3 and out for the Mustangs. They're going to have to punt it away. And Wrightstown actually should get some pretty good field position here. Riley Like and Sam Hayes back to receive this kick. High snap.
Look
Nice
out.
job by
There you go.
Huss to get that thing off.
Yeah.
Almost blocked, and Wrightstown wisely getting away from this one. Pretty good Little Chute bounce. So Wrightstown, though, will set up at the 36-yard line.
2:54 left here in the first quarter. 6-0 lead for Wrightstown over Little Chute here at Fitzpatrick Field. Gorgeous night for football. A little warm, but gorgeous.
Hey, don't complain about the
No,
heat.
no,
Hey,
yeah.
There's our guy, Dan Powers. Be
Dan
sure to
Powers.
check out his photo gallery later tonight on postcrescent.com. One of the best around. He's covered how many Olympics?
4 or 5. No, including winter.
Yeah,
So, yeah, he's covered a bunch.
bunch of Super Bowls. Obviously, shoots a lot of Packers games. Him and Bill Glasheen, two of the best in the business, and happy to have them on our staff as Quincy Clister looking for some daylight brought down.
Ball carrier number 9, Quincy Clister.
Yeah, don't complain about the heat. And there's another good look at Dan Powers. I like to call him Dano. Great guy, and again, one of the best. So postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. You'll see his photo gallery later tonight. And if we are streaming a game next week, I'll remind you of what you said this week, that it's a little warm.
Yeah, I'll be complaining next week, too, saying, where did
Yep.
that warm weather go?
We'll all be bundled up again. Palashek looking for something, nothing doing. And
Flag.
there's going to be another flag. Is that going to be a holding call again?
Ball carrier number 27, Jared Pelishuk. Tackle made by number 34, Noah Craig.
I don't know if this was a face mask or a holding. Yeah, because they're looking at to Wrightstown. They're picking up the flag.
I didn't see let's see what the official does here. I haven't seen him make any sort of signal. Looked like a block against the Mustangs. Is that a block in the back?
Sure looked like that.
Illegal use of the hands is what they're announcing upstairs. So first down for Wrightstown now in Little Chute territory. Ball at the 48. So that took a little time to sort out, but Wrightstown on the move with that big penalty. There's Pelishuk again. Pretty good job by that Mustang defense to wrap him up.
Gain of 2 on the play. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line.
I think Little Chute's defense has kind of cleared things up a little bit in terms of not having such open rails for the Tigers to run through. The yards per carry has dropped dramatically since the first drive.
Hansen, play action, drops back, nowhere to go, and brought down. Looked like that was 65 maybe who should get credited with the sack. Matthew Jansen, junior defensive tackle, 5'9", 225 pounds. So a couple things there. Good job by Hansen to pressure Matthew Hansen. Okay, not to get confused there, but good job also by that Mustangs defensive backfield. Hansen had nowhere to throw the ball. So 3rd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, loss of 3 yards on that sack.
Hansen hands off to Pelishek, looking for something, and dives forward. But he'll be stopped short, and I would imagine Wrightstown's going to punt this away. And the punt unit coming out for Wrightstown. Both teams, you kind of feel like just sort of jabs a little bit, sparring, who's going to deliver that first real big roundhouse. Obviously, we saw the 40-yard interception return for a score by Pelishek with 4:05 to play. But you feel like there's going to be some more big plays in this one before it's all said and done.
I agree.
As time winding down here in this opening quarter, we'll see if did Wrightstown burn a timeout, and they did.
6-0 lead for Wrightstown. Big 40-yard interception returned by Pelishek is the lone score. The kick was no good.
Emailed both coaches this week looking for a little information, and excuse me, the Mustangs head coach, Ted Evers. He just said Wrightstown's very difficult to prepare for because they are different than anyone else we face. And kind of talking about that. They're a smash-mouth football team, he said, and they want to run the football, and they are good at it. But when they do choose to pass, they're very good at that as well. Evers also saying he has a ton of respect for Wrightstown head coach Steve Klister, very good football coach and a very nice guy.
Tigers set to punt.
Whoa, good hands by Huss to pick that up. Very dangerous, and Huss
Nice return, though.
moving, yeah. Well, that thing really skipped pretty hard towards him, and good hands to field that. You've seen some kids try to do that. Heck, you see that at the NFL level where they bobble it. That could have been a big turnover, but instead the Mustangs will open the second quarter, ball on their own 20-yard line.
Well, yeah, you know, Brett, and a lot of times, I'm thinking with Wrightstown, they had a real opportunity here to pin Little Chute deep, and because they're not really adept at passing, for the most part, at least compared to their running game, it becomes a game of field position there for Wrightstown. They're more dangerous with a short field.
How long has Coach Klister been there?
Well, they had a two-headed coaching for a while back. Verbatim, maybe? Trying to remember.
And then was it co-coach when Binsfeld was there too?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, when the year they won the title with Jackson Fox.
2011.
Yeah, Somerset. They beat Somerset. Great game. Brett, you and I were there for that one, weren't we?
Always seems like the teams over here play that middle border. Somerset, St. Croix Central.
Yep.
Little Chute knows all about those matchups with St. Croix Central. But Steve Klister has been involved with that program for years and years. And, yeah, Ted's right. Steve is a good guy. Ted is, too. Ted, of course, Little Chute graduate. And in his second year of the program, taking over for Brian Richkowski, who moved up the road to Schwabenon. Schwabenon not playing this fall. We'll do the alternate spring season. Hopefully that goes off without a hitch and we can stream some high school football games in the spring. Oh, I have a feeling it might be a little chilly.
But, hey, football in the spring, Brett, it'll be a welcome new thing.
Right after the basketball season. Let's hope we can do that. Pitch out to Lamers. Boo. Brought down hard. Looked like number 54 on the tackle.
Flag on the play as well, Brett. Looks to be against Little Chute.
And that is indeed the call, Ricardo, holding against the Mustangs. So that's going to back them up a bit. So 1st and 20 now, ball marked at the 10. Long field for the Mustangs as Van Asten waits for the snap, gets it, hands off. Ooh, nice little run through a seam up the middle. That's number 8, Jacob Melendrez, the junior running back. So first time we've called his name tonight.
4-yard gain.
Right.
– 11-10 and counting here in the first half as Van Asten hits his receiver Huss. Not much there, though.
I'm sorry, number 14, Hunter Hermes. Good job by the Wrightstown defense to see that quickly and force 3rd and about 16, we'll say. Maybe no,
14, I want to say. 3rd and 15, maybe?
3rd and 13 there. You heard it from the PA announcer.
Fair enough.
Boy, big play. I mean, if Wrightstown can get off the field, they're going to get great field position again. We'll see what Van Asten does as he drops back, swings it over.
Some green area here, Brett.
Look at this. That's Lamers, and he's still on his feet trying to get to that 30-yard line, and I don't know. Let's see what I think that he got it.
It's just short, I think.
Well, that official was at the 30-yard line.
Oh, no, it is a first down.
Is he going to back him up? No, they're marking it right at the 30-yard line. So good job by Lamers to just tough out those extra couple yards to move the sticks, and he just got lost. The Wrightstown defense just didn't pick him up. Good read by Van Asten.
Yeah,
That's a big third down on 3rd and 13.
I mean, I don't know if that was his second read, but he looked downfield and then quickly dumped it off, and plenty of room to run. So Mustangs from 1st and 10 at the 30.
There's a play action as Van Asten goes on the run. Oh, through the hands of number 45, Tim Buchholz, the tight end.
Buchholz passing complete. Defending on play number 44, Samuel Hayes.
Sometimes those easiest ones are the toughest ones, Brett.
Hey, we asked Alan Lazard that on our Clubhouse Live show after that Saints game and that big 72-yard hookup. Just rainbowed pass from Aaron Rodgers. We said, Alan, are those the toughest ones to catch when you're by yourself and you're just waiting for it? And he said, absolutely. Much easier for some reason to catch those.
Contested.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10 from the 30 for the Mustangs.
There's Haas who has it, looking for a lead block, looking to cut it inside, nowhere to go. And I think number 28 for the Tigers, Jacob Van Zeelen, the junior defensive back, doing a good job of wrapping up Haas and bringing him down. So 3rd and 9 coming up as we are under 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
31-yard line. 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs.
9:40 left here in the first half. 6-0 lead for the Tigers.
Van Asten, that's a tough throw. Nowhere to go. He might have to try to run. No, he's going to throw it.
Oh, has a guy, but
did.
yeah, fell short though.
Tough throw, and going from to his left, thrown across his body. He was looking for, looks like number 44, Tanner Effa, the fullback, but well short of his mark. So 4th down coming up.
I like the fact that you roll him out and then you have a little protector go out there with him, but again, we know that when you do that, it effectively shuts off half the field.
Well,
but they did have receivers open though.
He was open, but that really wasn't his first read. So credit that Wrightstown defense for pressuring Van Asten. Ooh,
whoa,
get that
look
punt
out!
Off. Yeah, that's gonna be a short punt, but takes a Mustang roll to about the 37-yard line. So Tigers with the lead, 9:19 to play here in this opening half. 6-0 on that 40-yard pick six by Jared Pelishek. And we'll see if the Wrightstown offense can add to this lead and get that running game going.
6-0 lead. Again, the only touchdown was on a 40-yard interception return by Pelishek for Wrightstown. Extra point was missed. But it's been an all-defensive game, BC. Is that what you thought about? Is that what you expected coming in?
I did expect a low-scoring game, yeah. I can say that now that it is. Right? There's a...
Oh,
wow. That's Kale. And that was a good job with the ball fakes, because I was actually I like to watch the game in my binoculars. I was in the backfield, so that was a quick handoff.
They got
Kale.
Brett.
I felt like one of those you see that quite a bit in the NFL games. The camera work has been terrible in some of these games.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yesterday's game was awful.
The Bears-Bucks game, yeah, I thought that too, and I was like, that's how I felt in my binoculars. So good job by the quarterback, Matthew Hansen, giving it to Kale, and it's a big run on 1st down. So in Little Chute territory, here are the Tigers. There's a handoff to Klister, bounces off his own guy. He bounced into Pelishek, and that helps the Mustangs defense wrap up the talented running back, Klister, the senior.
See, Brett, those are some of the little things that don't show up in the box score. You know, maybe Pelishek, or if he's able to bounce it outside.
Well, I wonder if Pelishek just got pushed back by that.
Klister, I'm sorry, if he had been able to run that as drawn up, maybe it's a 3 or 4 yard gain. But then, that's just a good push from the defensive line of Little Chute.
Push Pelishek back and into Klister, so 2nd down and 10. Hansen gives it off to Klister, and that Mustangs defense ready to go. A whole bunch of navy blue shirts wrapping up Klister. So 3rd down, and we'll call it about 8 coming up. Ball at the 42-yard line.
Well, Brennan, that's where it comes into play. So they expect to get yards on 1st down. Now you're talking about 3rd and 8 for a team that does not primarily pass.
So this is exactly what the Mustangs defense has been hoping to hoping to do here is force Wrightstown in these passing situations. Let's see what Hansen, quick out. Oh, Klister's going to throw it. He's looking downfield.
That's actually probably good that it felt incomplete, Brett.
Yeah.
I think Little Chute defended that quite well.
Yeah, Hayes was the target there, the senior tight end, but really was guarded pretty well. So 4th down coming up, and Wrightstown presumably will punt the ball. So Tigers setting up to punt. You got Tate Huss back there to receive this for the Mustangs. Good high punt. Gonna be a little short.
Way short, actually.
Well, here's where your referee friend, right?
Triangulation.
I imagine Ken is watching tonight.
Well, he's not yet. He will be. He said he'll try to tune in a little bit.
He's our Mike Pereira or our Gene Sterator. We go to him anytime there's some controversy with the guys in the stripes. But I still don't buy what he's calling. There's a flag on the field, by the way.
There is.
When the ball sails out of bounds on a punt. I don't know what this triangulation, what that means. That's way too deep for me.
Yeah, 3 referees basically kind of like determine where it went out.
I think it went out here.
Yeah. Well, how do you argue it?
You can't, right? I'm surprised that nowadays that, well, you couldn't do it at the high school level, but in the NFL level, you have overhead cameras where you can kind of trace where that ball goes out. But you always see the crowd boo and stuff when they say they keep marching it up, 10 yards from where folks think it was supposed to be out. And it looks like this penalty is going to be on the Mustangs as the officials marking it back. So another long field.
Wow, right to the 15.
Yeah, coming up for Little Chute. So the only offense you could say we've seen was a defensive pick 6. 4:05 remaining in the first quarter. That was Jared Pelishik on the 40-yard score. The kick was no good, and that's where we are at here at Fitzpatrick Field. 6-0 lead for the Tigers in a Northeastern Conference battle between 2-0 teams. Big game here. Handoff to Lamers. Ooh. And that was number 34 quickly in on the tackle, Logan Kale, running back and linebacker. See a lot of two-way type players when you get to this level.
Gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9 at the 15 for Little Chute. Wrightstown's defense has really been up to the task.
Another handoff to Lamers. Ooh. 71 and 62. How about that? 62, Joseph Hella, the 6'4", 230-pound defensive lineman, and Joshua Rentmeester, 6'2", 300 pounds on that defensive line, bringing down Lamers. So some big boys there up front for the Tigers.
But a manageable 3rd down for Little Chute. 3rd down and 5. A long 5, I want to call it. 3 receivers for Van Asten.
Van Asten looking to his left, nowhere to go. In trouble now, and I think he's going to be dropped. Oof. Good job by that defense. Covered sack, nothing doing. And that's going to be number 56 who will be credited with the sack, Austin Colts, a senior defensive lineman, 5'11", 205 pounds.
Loss of 4 yards.
And
4th down and 9.
An injured Mustang, Ricardo. Looks like that's number 66 for Little Chute. Cameron Hudziak, I hope I'm saying that right, the center, junior. Well, that was one of the things I was chatting with Coach Ted Evers before the game, and really excited about this offensive line. Good, but young, and a lot of these guys are going to be back next year, so hopefully the young man can get up here and get back in the game. They're kind of looks like at that right knee or their right leg.
See if I can find some area scores here, Brett.
Yeah, I checked before. Didn't see much coming through on Twitter.
Xavier's up 7-0 over Shawano. Ray Zuliger with a big run. That's a big game because both teams undefeated Hawks, the battle of the Hawks, Brett.
Yes.
Shiocton up over Nakusa 7-0.
Xavier would be a team I'd love to stream, but unfortunately, with the restrictions in place, it's
Yeah.
going to be pretty tough to get over to Rocky Blyer Field anyway. I'll have to see if there's any road games we might be able to check out as far as Xavier goes.
Kaukauna up 7-0 over Plymouth.
Yep. Unfortunately, we're losing some teams that we kind of originally had on the schedule. Menasha now moving to spring, and I'm not sure what the status is now in West Appear, if they're going to be coming back or not, but
We know, we know Menasha went to the spring.
I think Winneconne now dropped out for at least a couple weeks, so
Omro moved to the spring. My Foxes. Strange year.
yeah, it's just still going. Do you ever think back in March, remember when we live streamed that sectional semifinal, Wrightstown and
girls?
Xavier?
No, it was the boys, yeah,
at
right.
Brilliant High School. Great game, great atmosphere. Brilliant High School was packed. And I remember walking out to the car, and that's when Rudy Gobert of the Jazz came down with it, and that's kind of when everything just sort of really shut down here. And did you think back in March that we'd still be dealing with this in October? I mean, there's no way anybody did. And the scary thing is, certainly in Wisconsin, in this region, the infection rate is not in a good spot right now. So hopefully get this thing turned around. It's strange watching NFL games like last night at Soldier Field, no fans. You watch games at Lambeau Field, no fans. It's just odd, but at least they're playing.
Hudziak again, the injured Mustang. So he's being helped off the field as a high snap, and the punt able to get
Ooh, watch out,
Get
tough,
off
fair
and-
catch.
to the 43.
Good job
So
by
Ri-
Riley Like.
Yeah, Wrightstown with good field position here inside or in Little Chute territory.
There's a good look. Boy, he's can't put much weight on that right leg, if any weight at all. So not good to see that. And feel for the young man, just a junior. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. But the Tigers, Ricardo at the 43 to start this drive. The Little Chute 43.
I just love the T formation here. That's old school, Brett.
Mm-hmm. But it works.
Absolutely. You know who perfected the T formation?
Who's that?
The Bears.
Who cares about
Just
the Bears?
telling you, they did. It's actually in their fight song.
You and your tweets last night is the only reason they won that game is because Tom Brady can't keep track of the downs.
Was that? But come on, you got tickled a little bit
Yeah,
seeing that, didn't you? You loved
I had to
it
chuck, especially after he was just chewing out his offensive line.
because he was getting hit more than apparently he was hit more last night, the most since 2017.
Oh, really? I thought maybe his
Yeah.
entire 20-year career in New England. As Quincy Clister holds on to that football, wrapped up, so third down coming up. Yeah, I was waiting for one of his offensive linemen to go in his face and start chewing him out. I don't like that. That's one thing I don't like about Tom Brady. I know you're playing with a little emotion, but don't make a spectacle of it. And let's face it, Tom Brady at 43 isn't Tom Brady at 33.
No. Oh, and you don't think your teammates know that they're getting worked? I mean,
Yeah.
they know full well. But he is the franchise, Brett.
He is for at least a couple years, for a few years. He wants to play till he's 45. Here's a third down. Up the middle, Kale has it, and I think that, it's going to be close. We'll see what, this might have to be measured.
Yeah.
Nope, they're going to say, Wrightstown's saying first down. Let's see what the official's
That is
saying. Move the
first down.
chain. So he did get the first down. Nice run by Kale. Past the 35, down to about the 33.
Telling you, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep, clock
That is the Wrightstown offense, at least tonight. I know they averaged almost 10 yards a carry last week, but against this much better Little Chute defense, it is death by 1,000 cuts.
clock running. Wrightstown still with 2 timeouts left as handoff goes to Kale.
Ball carrier, number 34, Logan Kale, tackle made by number 72, Gavin Fritsch.
Well, Tampa Bay is who Green Bay has coming up next week, and the Packers continue to play as they have. I don't think Tampa Bay is going to give them all a whole lot of resistance. We'll see.
Gain of 1 on the play, ball spotted at the 32-yard line.
Now they lost one of their big defensive linemen, I believe,
Yeah,
too.
Vea's really good.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think Brady looks like he's having as much fun as Aaron Rodgers is these days. Second down and handoff. That's Pelishek. Good job by number 32 for the Mustangs. Bennett Jansen, a senior linebacker, safety type player, getting low and bringing Pelishek down. So third down again coming up. A lot of third downs tonight for both sides. Both of the defenses really playing good football. Ball at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, looks like a third and a short 6. I think, Brett, I think it's 4-down territory.
Yes, I would agree. Ball inside the 30. And there's a handoff to Quincy Clister, and he is wrapped up. Whole bunch of Little Chute Mustangs there, bringing him down. I think number 18 might have been leading the way. Andrew Rode?
Maybe
Timothy Peters, number 19, they're going to say on the tackle.
It's still 6 yards. It's maybe a half yard they picked up. But here you go again, Wrightstown. They're going to go for it.
So fourth down.
And the way your defense is playing, why not if you're the Tigers?
Well, Hansen throw it. Let's see what the call is. He's going to drop back, look downfield. He's got some time, slings it, and good catch by Clister. Excellent throw, gets it over the defender because he was guarded. There was a little space, and he put it exactly where he had to along that boundary. Good hands by Clister. Big first down on the fourth down throw. Very good throw by Hansen.
15-yard pickup.
And Clister extending, knowing that boundary's there. So, yeah. Ball at the 14-yard line. 2:19 to play in this half. There's a handoff. Oof. Kale has nowhere to go, and number 8, Jacob Melendrez, will get credited with the stop, but you can credit that defense for getting the push and forcing Kale a little bit more backwards than what I think he was anticipating. He was looking for that hole inside, nowhere to go, and no gain on that run as the clock continues to run. Oop, and that's going to be a false start. I shouldn't laugh, but just a reaction by Mitchell Like, the senior defensive or offensive line. He knew it right away, jumped, and just put his head back and mad at himself. It happens. That's like you. You make mistakes all the time.
Ha! Second and 15. Ooh, nice.
Nice little misdirection off of that, but good job by the defense to bring down Jared Pelishek, and clock continues to run. Remember, Wrightstown still has 2 timeouts remaining. I'm trying to remember Muskego, the 2-time Division I state champs. What offense is that?
Wing T.
Wing T, that's right.
Ran that in high school back in the day.
It's effective for them, too.
It's effective. Few teams at the D1 level run it.
Right, and very hard to prepare for.
Very, very much so.
We saw Muskego beating Kimberly a couple of years ago, and then, of course, Bayport in last year's title game as Wrightstown burns its second time out. Helps when you have talented players, too, and Muskego, I think, riding now, a 30-game winning streak?
Yeah, and Brett, I want to get back to that big fourth down play, 4th and 6. Clister, here's the thing, it was the quarterback did not look at any other person but Clister. He waited for Clister to position himself and was able to loft that pass. Brett, I want to mark that one because this is an offense that doesn't pass a lot. Now you're saying, okay, we have an athletic guy out there. We're putting it all on him to make that play, and he did. So I think that speaks volumes of the trust that they have in their athletic guys. And he's not just a great running back; he's able to catch the ball as well.
He showed great hands to extend and bring that down with the sideline. Because as a 12th defender,
and Hansen didn't look anywhere else. He went out, he waited. Offensive line gave him a little time, popped it over the defender.
Still think Hansen really delivered a nice ball. They'll put it at a spot where only his receiver could get it. So third down coming up for the Tigers, coming off this timeout. Hansen going to drop back again, looking left, and almost hits.
Yeah, that's a timing route, Brett.
Yep. Sam Hayes, the senior tight end, just a little bit too far in front of Hayes, so fourth down, and it looks like, Ricardo,
they are going to attempt a field goal.
I think the field goal unit's coming out, yep. with 46.7 seconds to play.
Brings up 4th and 10 for the Tigers.
So we'll see where they mark this. They're going to mark it.
Ball's at the 14.
So
So
31 yards, yeah. Ball will be spotted at the 21 on the snap. This is number 33, the kicker, Michael Bunton. So 31-yard kick coming up for the Tigers.
Ooh. Oh, that's high enough.
And it's wide right.
Oh, okay.
Definitely had the leg.
That was a long drive, though, Brett. I'm trying to get the plays here. 11-play drive that started at the 43 of Little Chute. Only went 33 yards, but Brett, that took off quite a bit of time. 5:49 that drive started. Now only has 41.3 seconds left.
More importantly for that Mustangs defense, no points again.
Yes.
So a good defensive battle here with 41.3 seconds to go. We'll see the kickoff, and you have to think that at this point Little Chute will just take a knee, go into the locker room, and live to play the second half. Or check that. That's right, turnover on downs. I'm sorry. So let's see what. And Wrightstown wants to burn its final timeout.
Timeout called by Wrightstown. 41.3 seconds remaining in the first half.
Wrightstown will get the ball to start the third quarter, too, by the way, Brett.
Well, if you're the coach, if you're Ted Evers, are you looking to try to do something with 41.3? I guess I'm a little bit more conservative. I would just, with no timeouts for Wrightstown, I would just take a knee and not risk anything goofy happening.
Yeah, and
knowing
I think
that you're in this ball game.
That would be my thought process too, and especially the way Wrightstown's defense is playing. You're not going to catch them snoozing or something now. See if I can catch up some other scores here, Brett. Hawks now lead 22-0 over Shawano. Xavier, I'm sorry.
Hawks lead the Hawks?
Hawks lead the Hawks. Xavier up 22-0. Max Strand with the touchdown.
That'd be fun to catch them at some point. We'd really like to get them on a stream. As Van Asten's he's gonna drop back, swinging over to Nolan Lamers, and Lamers is brought down by Quincy Clister. Looks like Little Chute's going to take a timeout now.
30.3 seconds remaining in the first half.
So 2 timeouts remaining for the Mustangs with 30.3 seconds to go. So Ricardo going to try to be a little bit of aggressive here.
Yeah, no gain on that play, so it's 2nd down and 10 again.
Once again, congratulations to Lana Morgan and Mason Pingo, who were voted as the 2020 Homecoming Queen and King. Thank you to all the staff and students who made
So they did have a parade, you said, Brett, huh?
Yes. Kind of interesting. As I mentioned, I emailed both coaches asking for a little information. Steve Clister from the Wrightstown side said 7 of the guys on the team were on the basketball team last year that made it to the sectional championship that obviously didn't get a chance to play. They were scheduled to play Sheboygan Falls, I believe, in the sectional final.
Yes.
That would have been a good game. And unfortunately, the COVID pandemic scrapped that. 8 wrestlers on the team that won the team title last year.
Oh, yeah, great team.
Yeah, 22-0. The Tigers winning, what was that, Division II, I believe, in the team standings. And there's a pass to number 14, Hunter Hermes.
Yeah, that was the last, actually, full state tournament I covered.
I'm not sure how they're going to wrestle this year. I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't either.
Hopefully it can, as the Mustangs at the 39-yard line. Hermes got out of bounds, but shows, you guys that are playing either basketball or wrestling have experience in big games. Know what it's like to compete and compete at a high level. So it looks like the Mustangs going to burn another timeout with 19.8 seconds to go.
Brett, that 19-yard pass was the longest offensive play of the game.
For the Mustangs?
Yeah, I think actually for both teams, because the 40-yard thing was on defense. I'm double checking my stats here.
And how the pass from Hansen to Clister was how long?
16.
16 yards, okay.
Yeah.
Ricardo keeping the play-by-play sheet here.
No, yeah, 15 yards right here. So what I'm trying to say is defense has ruled this game.
Big time. And really no surprise. So 1st and 10 coming up for Van Asten. Looks to his left, fires it over the middle, and that is number 40. Carson Weingard with the catch, and I would think Little Chute, yep, they're going to burn their final timeout with 13.3 seconds to go. So what's in your playbook here?
Flies, all flies.
Ball on the 41-yard line, and 2nd down coming up.
All streaks
Well,
route.
why is the ball at the 40? Yeah, I was going to say the down marker is a little bit farther.
A gain of 3 on the pass. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Will be second
Okay, 42 we'll call it.
13.3
Readjust the down marker there and try to work some sideline routes, I would think, Ricardo, to get out of bounds. And I know Little Chute's got a pretty good kicker as well, so maybe try to get into field goal position. He was booming some 40-yarders in pregame. Van Asten got some time. Well, he's flushed out now, and he's on the run.
Yeah, doing a little whirly bird
Gonna have
there.
to throw it downfield. Good catch by Weingard, doing a great job, Ricardo, coming back. Just really a scramble drill at that point. Everything is off. And you got to look at your quarterback where he's going. I thought Weingard did a great job of just coming back, catching it, and getting out of bounds with 2 seconds to play. Ball at the 47-yard line. So what do you got? Look at maybe a hook and ladder play?
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much you trust Van Asten's arm, but that's asking a lot to throw it 55 yards down the field.
Van Asten, last play of the half, throws, watch out, and falls incomplete to end the half as Pelishek trying to dive and make another interception. So a good half of football if you like defensive football. 6-0 is the lead for the Tigers here at Fitzpatrick Field at Little Chute High School. Again, the only score of the first half was that 40-yard pick six by Jared Pelishek that came with 4:05 remaining in the first quarter. The kick was no good, and that's where we're at. Make sure to give us a follow if you're on Twitter. I'm at PC Brett C. Ricardo, we don't care about him.
Yeah, you do. You love me.
At PC Ricardo, give him a follow as well, and gives us an opportunity to go over some things here. Of course, I mentioned Clubhouse Live. That's our weekly Packers show. It's all virtual this year, but Alan Lazard, the Packers wide receiver, is our co-host this year. He was off to a great start. Unfortunately, he had that core muscle surgery, but he did tell us on Tuesday this week that expects to be kind of a quick return back. He said everything is feeling well. He said I think he phrased it a short recovery time. He's got to miss 3 games because he is on IR, but hopefully we'll see number 13 back on the field sooner than later. That seemed to be the indication, Ricardo, I got from him on Tuesday night. So he was in really good spirits. And no show next week because of the Packers bye. We'll take a bye as well, and we'll come back on Monday, October 19th, 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You can find it on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites, including postcrescent.com or clubhouselive.com, facebook.com/Packers News. And give us a like, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. We're all over YouTube, and there's no way, if you just even Google Clubhouse Live Alan Lazard, you'll find a link to it, and you'll be able to watch the show. It's good fun. He had A.J. Dillon, the Packers rookie running back, second-round draft pick. Great guest, great story to tell. We were able to get him on. We've had Robert Tanyan on. Trying to think who his first guest was as well, but it's been kind of an all-offensive show. But, yeah, all virtual, and that's by rule of the Packers, but that's okay. We're making it work. We're having a good time, and Alan's having a great time as well. And looking forward to a fun season once we get back at it, because the grind begins once the Packers return to play Tampa Bay. It's a whole bunch of games coming up.
I'm watching Cade Van Asten down there. Rosie, you see that? Getting his ankle taped up again. Quarterback for the Mustangs.
And then I guess to be determined as far as next week's live stream. We've got a couple emails out, but the way this has been going so far this year, it's anybody's guess. Wouldn't mind checking out Hortonville at some time. We talked about Xavier. I mean, Wrightstown FVL next week could be a pretty good NEC matchup. So options are kind of limited. We're doing the best we can, but I'll announce it on my Twitter account once I know, at PC Brettsy. Ricardo will do the same, at PC Ricardo. And don't forget about Rosie, Jim Rosandick, at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. But Ricardo, I suppose some time to talk about all the stuff you've been doing, the Elite 11s and all that good stuff, right?
Rosie, can you get the camera over there on Van Asten? Looks like he's getting his ankle taped up there. See it down there on the track as he's putting on his sock. But, yeah, the Elite 11, you can actually catch that on postcrescent.com. I just released that again. Kind of combined all the kids and all the showcases into one, I guess, destination point that you can go to. Versteegen, the Little Chute linebacker was very close, Brett. He's like right on the outside of making the team. But, this is an all-valley team, up to Green Bay, all the way down to Fond du Lac. Includes everyone. So these are the 11 kids that are on the team. Just please check them out if you can. Go to postcrescent.com. There is an Elite 11. It's for subscribers only, though, so just giving you a heads up. Josh Blount of West De Pere, Max Strand of Xavier, Caleb Frazier of Kimberly, Kyle Dietzen of Omro, Preston Rudinger of Lourdes Academy, Parker Lawrence of Hortonville, Bayport's Calvin Maraski, Freedom's John Verhesselt, Fond du Lac's Kyle Waljasper, Lomaro's Avery Johnson, and Appleton North's Wilson Zuck. So yeah, we'll see if I can dig up the terrific 10 here. We can talk about that. That's the all Fox Valley girls volleyball team. That's also available to be seen on postcrescent.com. Again, for subscribers only. The girls on that team include Oshkosh West's Morgan Yenter, Green Bay Preble's Grace Perrette, Fox Valley Lutheran's Holly Malkowski, Nina's Kirsten Kraus, Laconia's Haley Renz, Freedom's Lene Willer, Luxembourg Casco's Hannah Durane, Oconto's Cora Benke, De Pere's Brianna Gertz, and Green Bay New Lutheran's Jacqueline Wise. Let's see your terrific 10 Fox Valley all-girls preseason volleyball team. And, they're also facing the same kind of dilemma the football team is, Brett. A lot of them have chosen the spring option. A lot of the bigger schools, anyway, it appears. And I've noticed that a lot of the teams that are playing are kind of playing each other all the time.
Yeah, nothing
you see about 3 or 4 times they're on the schedule. But you're right, Brett. Nothing you can really do. Though I found it interesting that the WIA, in terms of the postseason, they're still kind of trying to figure out what to do. It's still tentatively going to be at the Resch. But there's talk. I know I talked to the Luxembourg Catskill coach, Jeff Fry, about possibly having each division at a certain site to limit COVID exposure. That's one idea being bandied about. Will there be even a state championship? We don't know.
Well, it's kind of what we're going through a little bit with the initial planning of our Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. Probably looking, unfortunately, at doing a virtual show again just because of the unknowns. How long is this pandemic going to go? There's of course, a lot of people skeptical that this is just going to kind of fizzle out and we're going to be great come spring. So hopefully that's the case. But, what are we going to do as far as getting nominees and that sort of thing? As far as football goes, we kind of do have to wait till at least spring.
Yeah.
Because there's some pretty good players. A lot of the big schools, you think about the Kimberleys of the world, the Bayports, the Fond du Lacs, all playing in the spring, Menasha now as well. So while there's a lot of talent that's out there playing in this fall, there's a lot of talent still yet to be played in the spring. And what do we do with volleyball? So how are we going to put this all together? And
it's a challenge, but we're up to it, Brett.
Well, we are, and we had to do the virtual show this past summer, ran July 10th. You can look that up. Just look for Wisconsin Prep Sports Awards. TJ Watt was our special guest. It was all virtual. But on some corporate calls recently about the corporate-wide program, they're sticking with virtual just because they are saying that we can't start planning live shows and then all of a sudden everything gets all mixed up again. So the plan is live shows will return in the spring of 2022, but in 2021. we're still going to have to keep it virtual just because of so much of the unknown with COVID-19. And it's kind of getting tough, though, isn't it, to stay patient through this all? And
it is, but I want to give a shout-out to all our coaches and athletic directors who are,
yeah,
in terms of the scheduling, trying to be flexible, trying to help each other out, because I know there's been some last-second, well, the team decides not to play on Tuesday, we got to get them scheduled, and then they're playing another team on,
how do you even prepare?
Yeah,
if
exactly.
If you're a coach.
You don't prepare.
You want to be looking at film of who you're going to be playing. So far, knock on wood, the Northeastern Conference is kind of that one league that maybe even a little bit of the Bay that's been able to kind of sort of grind out somewhat of a normalized schedule.
Fox Valley Lutheran leads Marinette 24-0 at the half. Fox's quarterback, Drew Mears, 3 touchdown passes for Fox Valley Lutheran. So we can find some other things going on here.
While you're doing that, maybe Rosie can pan in on the Mustang sideline. You can kind of see it a little bit different setup for the Tigers too, but you see all these green buckets.
Right.
And the players have all their personal stuff spread out in all the different buckets. There's a good shot at it from Rosie. I'm sure water bottles, that sort of thing, just to kind of keep everybody as safe and some protocols in place. And then across the field too, I can kind of see some dark, royal blue type. I don't know if those are bags or what, but just sort of spread out back there as well. Just teams trying to do different things. You can see Cade Van Asten grabbing a big old jug of water out from his green bucket. So just trying to be creative so that you can keep these seasons moving along.
Brett, another halftime score. Plymouth leading Kaukauna 10-7. Plymouth traditionally a strong team over there.
There's a good shot at how the Tigers have set up all of their individual belongings. Yeah, Plymouth, I think, didn't they just recently open up an indoor facility too?
Putting in the money. So, halftime, Stratford 0. I want to say this is Spencer Columbus Catholic 0.
Stratford, Mike Sherry told us, our colleague Mike Sherry, Stratford and Amherst play next week in Stratford. Maybe guys, we should take a road trip out to Stratford, huh? Well, you were there. I don't know.
I've been there.
I don't know what the press box.
I don't know what the press box looks like. I just know that the school's impressive for a small school. I know they have an incredible wrestling center there.
Do they have a turf field at Stratford?
That I don't know. I'm
guessing that the press box might be a bit smaller.
By the way, DC Everest leads 28-0 over Wausau West now.
Oh, Everest playing good football.
Everest is playing great football. I went up there to do a story last week for the Central Air for the Wausau paper. They love what they have up there. They really lament that they don't have anybody to play quite like the Ninas and the Appleton Norths, because they feel that with their enrollment size, they're almost 2,000 kids, and they have 105 kids from sophomore to seniors. They need to be playing some more Fox Valley Association type schools.
Well, it was set up that way when the Old Valley Football Association. Now you've taken Hortonville and Appleton West and kind of moved them out to the central schools, Spash, Wausau West, Everest, those Rapids, Marshfield, and I think that's still called the Valley Football Association, if I'm not mistaken. But at least that was the setup, supposed to be the setup this year, and then the FVA kind of more back to more of a traditional layout. So just tell Everest to, tell the WIA they want to move over to here and just start playing schools in the FVA. It's not that far of a drive. Spash, too. Spash takes a little over an hour to get to the valley.
Muskego leads Kettle Moraine 35-7.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see how this all plays out. And then you look at, we're already in almost mid-October. Basketball and wrestling don't start too far away. How is that all going to play out? Are they going to set up the gyms, kind of social distance again, and sort of like we were seeing at the end of the basketball season last year? Is there going to be a season? How do you wrestle? Questions still remain to be answered, I guess.
We'll have to see where we are with the pandemic in a couple months, but yeah.
Sometimes I get a feel, and it's just a hunch, and I could be wrong, that we're not going to see really winter sports get going until after the holidays.
I think that'd be wise, though, to tell you the truth.
Just wait it out a little bit.
And
kind of that's always just sort of you're sort of kind of getting into your schedule. Then it sort of shuts down anyway with the holidays. A lot of teams take a break, maybe play one game. I'm talking about basketball, and then boom, really gets going hot and heavy after the new year. So maybe that's the wise move, because I think by that time, at least around here, things, I'm guessing the peak will have happened and then we'll be kind of on the downward trend. At least I'll knock on wood and hope that's the case.
That'll be all right with us, right, Jim Rosandick? Because then we can do our Fab 5 boys and girls basketball teams. Have some time to put those together. Under a minute left here in the halftime as
Lords up 33-zip on O'Connell Falls, thanks to Oshkosh Herald Sports for that. Tweet. Bauer, 5 total scores, 4 through the air, 10 of 11 passing, 206 yards. So thanks to Oshkosh Herald Sports for sending me that tweet.
Bauer, one of the top quarterbacks in our area. The Lords went to the semifinals in D7. I was there. Watched them lose against Blackhawk, though. Blackhawk went on to win the state title. That game was in Middleton. Nice facilities over there. Brett, they actually had in Middleton, they had a heater, like a heater system. That's kind of a luxury.
I saw that Travis Wilson from WisSports.net tweeted earlier about basketball guidelines recommend eliminating the jump ball and awarding first possession to the visiting team and continuing then with alternate possessions, coin flip to start overtime.
Seems fine to me.
So they're really trying to social distance, I suppose.
And rebounding outlawed.
Yeah, no rebounding. It's going to be a jump ball type situation. It would be like back in the early years of basketball where you made a shot and then you had to do the jump ball again. I don't know. Sometimes you wonder if it's for the optics. Are they making stuff up? I mean, I guess maybe they're a little worried about everybody getting close together at the center court and the circle and the official getting in there and tossing it up. I don't know. Strange days, to be sure.
Wrightstown set to receive. Start the second half.
Be interesting to see what adjustments each side made. What's the message if you're Coach Klister, Ricardo, and Coach Evers? What do you tell the guys? It's only a 6-0 game.
Anything is possible, but I tell them no need to panic or anything. Do our game plan and let's get to work.
Nice little return by Jack Van Zeeland of Wrightstown, the senior. Solid field position for the Tigers.
But if you're Wrightstown, these are the kind of games that you love. These are these grinded out games, and your defense is spectacular. Your offense can chew clock.
Well, again, Little Chute leads the series 5-4, but as I mentioned earlier, Wrightstown won both meetings last season. That included a 7-3 win in Week 6. So
sound familiar, huh?
Yeah, and then a 20-7 victory in the first round of the Division IV playoffs. There's Pelishek trying to fight his way forward. Gets about 3 yards, maybe 4.
Ball's going to be placed at the 39. 4-yard gain for Pelishek. Just underway here in the second half at Fitzpatrick Field here in Little Chute. Mustangs hosting Wrightstown in this Northeastern Conference showdown. Pair of undefeated teams. Pair of highly regarded teams in terms of the WisSports Coaches Poll and the Associated Press Poll.
Quincy Klister takes the snap and just lowers his head, looking for some running room. So direct snap to Klister, maybe a couple yards, I guess they'll give him 3. So third and we'll give it a long 3. Ball at the 42-yard line. So here it is, big spot really for both sides. Obviously Wrightstown wants to keep that offense on the field, keep grinding it out, running that clock, but Little Chute defense obviously wants a 3 and out, get their offense going and see if they can get something clicking offensively. We'll see what is dialed up here as Pelishek now.
Not going to get it.
A direct snap to Pelishek and a good job of that Mustangs defense. Ricardo again, another 3 and out. Kind of interesting that a couple of direct snaps.
Well, if you're Little Chute, this is exactly what you wanted. A 3 and out to get your offense back on the field, see if they've kind of licked their wounds a little bit, get something going to start the second half. Only down 6-0, Brett. Again, anybody's ball game when it's that score. Well,
as I said earlier, you're still kind of waiting to see who's going to really have that Big play. Maybe it ends up. Maybe it's just the Pelishek interception. Maybe that's how this game ends. We'll see. But I just feel like each of these teams has some offense. Wow. Tate Huss slipped. I thought that, I don't know, not being down there kind of from this angle looked like that was close to maybe skipping off of him. So good job by him to kind of get low and let that ball go over. And Little Chute will take over.
Yeah, nice 37-yard punt in terms of net. So good job by Wrightstown.
They're going to spot it right at the 20-yard line. But as I said, I think we're going to see some plays, some big plays, both sides. Too much talent on both sides. So we see Cade Van Asten, the quarterback, got his his ankle retaped at halftime, and low snap, good hands, handoff to Lamers, and then nothing doing as that Tigers defense just plugging the holes.
Physical. That's Northeastern Conference. That's these two teams. Brett, you talked about last year, 7-3 during the regular season.
Freedom the same way. Kind of built that same way. Always fun matchups, regardless of the sport. When Little Chute Wrightstown Freedom, Little Chute Freedom, it's just really good rivalries in a lot of sports when those three schools hook up. And we're seeing again tonight as Van Asten, he's got time, and now he's on the run. Let's see if he can scramble out of trouble. He might just want to tuck it in and run, and he's going to do that. Find some space. Good job. Gets out of bounds. And we'll see where they'll mark it. Looks like at the 25-yard line, so 3rd and 5 coming up.
Ran about 25 yards for 4 yards.
He had some space, and he made the right choice there. It just wasn't there. You live to play another down. Don't try to force it. And certainly a 3rd and manageable coming up for the Mustangs.
9:01 left here in the third quarter.
But again, good job by the Tigers. There's just nowhere to throw. Van Asten has some time, but of course, you don't have all night either to step back and survey that field. You got to get that ball out quickly. Van Asten fires, and that's a good catch by, looks like, Tate Huss, and he gets the first down. Good route by Huss because he knew where that first down marker was. Got on his knees, went low, and Van Asten delivered a nice ball, but good awareness because sometimes you see those receivers, they'll stop a yard short. So ball at the 32-yard line for the Mustangs after that big 3rd down throw from Van Asten to Tate Huss.
That ball had some zip on it, Brett. Nice snap.
Dropped the ball. He's going to have to get rid of it. Fires and finds Huss again over the middle. Kind of a safety valve, and good job by the quarterback. Cade Van Asten, a junior, 6'3", 170 pounds. I believe he was the quarterback last year too, so when this is all said and done, he's going to be one of those guys that can feel like he's been here for 8 years. And showing no panic when that snap was a little bit low, and delivers a nice ball to Huss. And good job by Huss just finding a soft spot in that Wrightstown defense over the middle.
2nd down and 3 from the 39.
Van Asten also seeing time at varsity basketball as a freshman. There's a handoff to Lamers. Nowhere to go. Ooh, big 71 there for the Tigers, wrapping up Lamers. That's Joshua Rentmeester, 6'2", 300 pounds, Ricardo.
Be 3rd and 2, Brett, about 1.5 yard gain.
You get a big old number 71 wrapping you up. You're going down. It'll be tough to break that tackle. So ball just past the 40. And another big 3rd down spot for both sides. Let's see what Van Asten, quick hand up. Nope, fakes. Going out to his right, hits number 47.
Fumbles a football out of bounds, though.
Carter Hoffman, okay, so he makes the catch. The 6'1" junior fullback loses control, but no harm there. Ball will be marked at the 47-yard line, it looks like, and another big 3rd down throw. Ricardo, Mustangs on the move, kind of taking their time.
Doing it nice chunks, 6-7 yards here, 7 yards there.
Yeah,
you're in midfield.
Don't necessarily have to take those deep shots. Just it's kind of the Little Chute version of a Wrightstown offense, just doing it through the air, just kind of churning out yards, taking their time. And that was Stephen Hack, the senior running back on the grab, second down.
Jacob Van Zielen with a nice tackle for Wrightstown. 2nd 9 from the 48.
2nd and 9 for the Mustangs.
Best looking drive, in my opinion, for Little Chute all game. .650 and counting in the 3rd quarter.
Low snap, but Van Asten handles it. Watch out, he's done. He's going to be brought down. Looked like 56 was kind of the first one there, but a whole bunch of Tigers closing in. Austin Colts, though, the senior defensive lineman, making it 3rd and long now for the Mustangs. Just nowhere for Van Asten to throw, and that pocket collapsed pretty fast.
Loss of 8 yards, 3rd and 17, Brett. So what looked like a potential scoring drive for the Mustangs.
You jinxed it.
I did. It's long. 3rd and 17, might as well be 3rd and 40 against Wrightstown's defense.
And now Wrightstown is going to be charging hard, knowing that Van Asten going to have to chuck it down the field. Van Asten is getting pressured backside, going deep downfield. Oh, I think his defender fell, and that's a interception by Hayes, who's on the run down into Little Chute territory.
Brett.
Where's the flag?
It's a penalty. It's way back at the 35.
It might be against Wrightstown then.
Yes, I think it is against Wrightstown, actually.
Because I didn't see who the receiver was, but he fell, and I think Van Asten was trying to go that way. And you can see the Tigers now marching backwards, so it looks like it might be defensive pass interference. You can hear some yelling, some shouting going on from that Wrightstown
Possibly
sideline.
some colorful metaphors. But they're discussing it, though, are the officials. And maybe it might be one of those things where did the receiver, defensive back get tangled up?
Well, it's pass interference against the Tigers, so that's a big, big penalty.
Holding against Little Chute.
Oh, it's offsetting.
Yep.
And you can hear some Little Chute coaches down the way not too pleased about that. So offsetting penalty is going to make it 3rd and 17 again, Ricardo. So we'll just replay the down. Didn't see who was whistled for the hold there. Ball at the 40-yard line, make it 3rd and 18 for the Mustangs. And it looks like the officials want to talk things over again. Try to get it straight. You can see a bonfire in the driveway of one of the houses across the street, so they're sitting out enjoying a nice night, watching some high school football as best they can from where they're at.
You should be tuning into postcrescent.com.
Maybe they are. Low snap. Van Asten's going to sling it over the middle, and nice catch by number 40, Carson Weingart. We've called his name quite a bit. He's having a nice game, showing good hands, and they're going to spot that. Looks like a yard shy, so what does Little Chute want to do here? 4th and
go
short.
For it. You're 4th and 1. Your offense is rolling.
Yeah, Nolan Lamer is going to check back into the game, and so is number 32, Bennett Jansen, the fullback. And we'll see what the Mustangs have dialed up. But that was another good throw and good catch, good hands. Well, again, Weingart must have about 5 or 6 receptions tonight. Big spot again for both teams. Will the Tigers get the stop, or can the Mustangs move the chains? Play action to Lamer's, tough for Van Asten. He's going to fire it over the middle, and he's got his receiver. It's Huss. Beautiful throw going to his left, Ricardo. Huss got behind the defense, and the ball was just high enough to get over the reach of the defender. I couldn't see who was trying to knock the ball down, but good awareness and good concentration by Huss. Great throw by Van Asten and a big 4th down conversion.
Yeah, forget about getting a yard, bro. Let's go for 27.
That kind of seemed a little bit more like a scramble play again, because Van Asten a little bit on the run. Play action again, going to go right. Watch out. And I think he's going to tuck it, looking, and slides and hit hard late. Let's see if there's a flag. Van Asten wants a flag. And game getting a little bit more spirited here. No, ball's going to be at the 10, so that's always a tough thing for a defender. You know you want to close in on the quarterback, and all of a sudden, last second, he slides.
Momentum, it's hard for your
What are you supposed
any
to do?
athlete to stop that. So
You see that? It seems like you see that call all the time in the NFL, and you're like, what's the defender supposed to do? The quarterback last second drops down, and you're already lowering your shoulder, ready to make a hit. First and goal for the Mustangs at the 10. Let's see if this Tigers defense can stiffen. There's a handoff to Lamers, looking for a hole, and he is in for the 10-yard score. So a really nice scoring drive, highlighted by that fourth down toss from Van Asten to Tate Huss, and good job by that front, Ricardo, opening up just enough room for Lamers to kind of lower his head, zigzagged his way through over the middle and dives in, and we got a 6-6 tie. Let's see if the PAT can be converted here. Good snap. Oh, blocked. Boy, the kicking game tonight for both sides just not working, so we stay tied at 6 apiece.
Brett, that was a 12-play, 80-yard drive for the Mustangs. Took off about 6 minutes of time.
Say that again, 12 for 80?
Yep.
Bauer scores again, getting that tweet from Oshkosh Herald Sports. 40-0 Lourdes, 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and you know that's a running clock game for the Knights. A lot of talent at Oshkosh Lourdes, Ricardo.
Mm-hmm.
And no running clock tonight, but this is a good one. 6-6. The 10-yard run by Nolan Lamers. Point after attempt was blocked. And, of course, Wrightstown got on the board first, 4:05 remaining in the first quarter on the 40-yard interception return by Jared Pelishek. And the PAT was no good on that as well. Again, great viewing audience tonight. We appreciate you guys checking in and watching tonight's Varsity Game of the Week Prep Football live stream. Give me some suggestions. Send me some tweets if you're on Twitter. I'm at PC Bretzi. What game should we stream next week if we can make it work? I know a lot of folks out there wouldn't mind seeing the Mustangs and the Irish in the Battle of the County Ensign, but I can tell you that, again, the accommodations are just not ideal at Freedom. Unless you want to go on a scissors lift again, Ricardo.
I'd rather not.
Rosie, you want to do a scissors lift? He's like, no. We can't social distance doing that either, unless we get like 3 scissors lifts.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line. First and 10 for the Tigers.
First and 10 come up for Wrightstown, and you know that they're not going to deviate from the game plan. It's just going to keep the ball on the ground, and let's see if they can get that big offensive line a push and that 3-pronged rushing attack. Boy, nowhere to go. That's number 34 on the carry. Logan Kale, nothing doing, and number 30, Ryan Verstegen, the senior linebacker, on the tackle, showing a little emotion out there for the Mustangs defense.
You see a little bit of Little Chute in terms of like their offense and the big play capabilities of the Mustangs, Brett. Kind of defined this game a little bit, at least to start in the second half. Can the Tigers answer?
Second down coming up for Wrightstown. Handoff. Wow. Hansen has it, the quarterback. Fooled everybody on that Mustangs defense. Fooled us, Ricardo.
It did. I was looking through the middle of the line.
I was too, and I think good job with the ball deception. How about that run by the quarterback?
A lost start, really, when you think about it, Brett. That's a 31-yard run. But
had me fooled too. I was looking in my binoculars at the middle of the field, and everybody was just sort of standing around. Then you could hear the crowd in front of us. And Hansen was on the run, so ball in Little Chute territory at the 49. Good job by the quarterback there, just hiding the football.
In Mustang territory.
Oh, Wrightstown moved on the left side of the line. You saw the flinch. So procedure call will back up the Tigers. Fun one tonight. Both teams ranked in the top 10 in the latest WisSports.net state coaches polls in Division 4. Kind of a odd ranking this fall, obviously, with a lot of so many teams sitting this one out till the spring. Quincy Clister looking for some space on the left side. How about that tackle? That was number 19, I believe. Timothy Peters, the senior cornerback, coming in hard and bringing down Clister.
Yeah, the Tigers haven't really been able to get anything going on that perimeter. Little Chute just too quick, too short-handed with the tackling, Brett, to get hurt on any kind of those plays that are to the perimeter for Wrightstown.
Handoff. And there's going to be a hold, it looks like, too. I see the flag. That was number 1, Aiden Flom. Or check that, Jack Van Zeeland for Wrightstown. Jack Van Zeeland on the carry, but I think this one's going to be marched back to another 10 yards. So this drive going the wrong way for Coach Steve Clister and his Tigers.
And when you're a team that doesn't pass the ball well, when you're getting a 2nd and 25,
that's
2nd and
tough,
26,
isn't it?
It's tough to overcome those kind of yards. Well, they tried to decline it.
Well, they're going to kind of take the down instead because it already is third and
15.
Okay. So taking the down instead. Little Chute wanting that Wrightstown offense off the field, maybe forcing a punt here. We'll see what happens on 3rd down as Hansen drops back, scans the field. High throw, and he almost hits his receiver. That was Van Zeeland. Big rainbow toss, but incomplete, so 4th down, and now Little Chute's going to get the ball back and feeling pretty good about itself and what they were able to do on their last possession, which ended with a 10-yard touchdown run by Nolan Lamers. Getting a hot offense now onto the field.
Unfortunate for Wrightstown, they wasted that 31-yard run, which, by the way, the longest play in the game. But penalties, again, will short-circuit any drive, Brett.
Huss back to receive this punt. See what kind of field position here. Almost blocked. And I think the Mustangs are going to wisely get away from this and takes a nice Wrightstown bounce past the 25-yard line down to about the 24, I think, is where they'll finally spot it. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, and we'll see, will the Little Chute offense continue to click, or what kind of adjustments now will the Tigers make? I think the one thing that I've certainly been impressed with offensively for the Mustangs when Van Aston goes back to pass, he's got time. There isn't a whole lot of initial pressure. Slings it over and hits number 14, Hunter Hermes, and I think also too Little Chute doing a really nice job of just playing underneath right now. Remember, they were taking deep shots earlier in this game, in the passing game. Now they're just sort of they're getting hot, getting in that rhythm and just hitting. Saw this in the last series too. Just Huss, Hermes, just hitting guys underneath.
I think you said it perfectly, Brett. They are in a nice groove here. The rhythm. This is what you want when you have a quarterback and these kind of receivers. Take what the defense gives you, high percentage throws, march the ball down the field.
Yeah, now 2nd and short here is number 23 on the carry. He's going to be, well, let's see where they mark it. He might have gotten the 1st down. That's Stephen Hack, the senior running back, and that is enough to move the chain. So 1st down run for Hack. As we are under a minute to play, very fast-moving 3rd quarter here at Fitzpatrick Field. Good battle between Northeastern Conference rivals, both 2-0.
It's the best Little Chute's looked all night offensively, Brett, the last 2 drives here.
Van Asten going to look left quickly. Getting a little skittish, and he's going to have to get rid of it. Nope, he's going to be brought down. Held the football way too long at that point. I think in those situations, sometimes you just got to come maybe step up and just sail it out of bounds or towards the sideline. He was looking left quite some time, but again, good coverage sack by Wrightstown, and now 3rd and long coming up as that is going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 19, my friend.
Or check that 2nd down.
But yeah, 2nd 9 yards. That again, we talked about that. Those kind of plays, short circuit drives.
Fans are reminded at the end of the game, spectators, please exit the gate you entered from. There will be no gathering on the concourse.
Looking at some other game notes from Steve Klister, said Joe Hella has received a scholarship offer from Minnesota State Moorhead.
Nice.
Some of these guys were all-conference recognition last year. He's talking about the Tigers. On offense, Quincy Klister was a second-team tight end, and Joe Hella was honorable mention all on the O-line. On defense, Josh Rentmeester on the D-line and Quincy Klister as the inside linebacker were both second-team selections, and Joe Hella, honorable mention, defensive end. Also, you look at Little Chute Wrightstown and the success of their programs. They've won 2 of the past 3 NEC titles. Mustangs finished atop the conference in 2018, while the Tigers captured the Northeastern Conference crown in 2017. Freedom won it last year and in 2015. So again, talking about the success of those 3 football programs. So 2nd down coming up for Van Asten. He better get rid of it again. And nope, he's going to be dropped. And now you're seeing that pressure. Are they saying it was a fumble, or are they going to say he was down? I can't tell. Was that Rentmeester, number 71? Just talking about him, Josh Rentmeester, a 300-pound, and he's down. He's hurt. I think Rentmeester got the sack, but now you're seeing some pressure. And Van Asten, at least on that play, did not have a whole lot of time to drop back and survey his receivers downfield.
Well, there you see, again, kind of like the Wrightstown miscues have now put it at a 3rd and 25.
So what do?
You know, you try to salvage something and punt it, in my opinion, because to get 25 yards, you have to wait on a route to go that far, which I don't know if the Tigers' defense will allow that to happen.
Maybe try to set up a screen or something to that effect to maybe catch the Tigers by surprise a little bit. Tigers, again, showing a lot more pressure now defensively the last couple plays.
See if I can get some other scores in here.
Hey, Rosie, can you zoom in on that bonfire across the street there? Maybe you have already and I missed it, but that's kind of a fun way to spend a Friday night.
Hey, our guy, Noah Hoffman, 3 touchdowns, and Kokano's now up 20-10.
There you go.
7:11 left in the 3rd quarter. Younger brother of Hank Hoffman.
There's a good look at a little blurry because it's far away, but yeah, you can see a nice little crowd. Maybe they're watching the stream. If you guys are watching the stream, how about giving us a wave, huh? We can see you across the way.
How about throwing some gasoline on that fire and just making it go higher?
No, don't do that. But good way to spend a Friday night across the street here from Fitzpatrick Field, watching the Mustangs and the Tigers battle again on the gridiron. Van Asten, he's got some time, fires, hits. That's Hermes, and at least picks up some of that yardage back and makes it less of a problem when it comes to field position. Mustangs can get a good punt. They're going to make Wrightstown work a little bit for that go-ahead score.
11:32 left here in the 4th quarter. Tie game. And I'm going to go on a limb here, Brent, and say the next score wins.
There you go.
Because the way the defenses are playing, that might be all it takes.
Van Zeelen and Like back to receive this punt, and whoa.
He called for the fair catch. Is that going to be a penalty?
I don't know, but that takes a nice Little Chute bounce almost to the 25-yard line. I thought Like was going to get under it. Don't know if he was trying to fool the Mustangs there if he just maybe ran too far under it and went sailing. So anyway, Wrightstown will start with possession at about, where are they going to spot this? About the 26, 27?
Waiting for the official to put down the ball.
Yep, about
right
the 27-yard line, yeah. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Tigers. 4th quarter just underway here at Fitzpatrick Field. 6-6. A pick 6 by the Tigers, a 10-yard run by the Mustangs. Both PATs missed, and there's a little throw, pitch and catch from Hansen to Van Zeelen, Jack Van Zeelen.
Short gain, Brett.
Yeah,
Second down and 6.
Good way to get the drive going. And maybe this was the wrinkle that if you're Wrightstown, maybe now you start throwing the ball a little bit more.
I know a couple years ago we saw them do that, right? They kind of displayed the passing game. Was that against Little Chute? I can't remember.
I think it was, yeah. And I think
it was. Rosie remembers.
That might have been here too, but Hansen showing that he can sling it as well. Let's see. There's going to be a handoff to Van Zeelen looking for some space, but boy, both defenses do a good job of just shutting down those running lanes, plugging the gaps, and running backs from both sides really having a hard time finding any sort of running lane tonight. Good defensive effort. It's fun to watch that stuff. I know people like offense, but it is fun to watch good defense.
Brett, I think we're officially throwbacks.
Yeah. Big 3rd down coming up for Wrightstown. 3rd and 5. Ball at about the 32-yard line. Let's see what Hansen's going to do. He's going to – whoa!
Oh, nice play.
I think that was Verstegen. Boy, did he read that. Ryan Verstegen, the senior linebacker, like you said, Ricardo, he's a good one. Knocked it away. He's probably thinking, why couldn't I have just grabbed that thing? Because he would have been celebrating in the end zone right now. So 3 and out. And with where Tate Huss is setting up on the 40-yard line, should be great field position for the Mustangs.
Brett, that just shows really good awareness by Verstegen. First off, because Wrightstown's not a passing team. So he was able to disengage his blocker and go up and knock that pass down.
Yeah, did a great job reading it. High snap!
Look out!
Oh, and he gets it off barely. It's not going to be much of a punt, but credit Michael Bunton just for being able to get rid of it and give the defense a little bit more breathing room. But a big break, special teams mishap, and we're going to see if the Mustangs can take advantage. Again, I said they have a guy and a kicker who's got a pretty good leg. Saw it in pregame. He was booming some 40-yarders. Just getting a field goal range. Maybe that's the points you're talking about. Next score wins. We'll see.
You know, Brett, in these kind of tight games, that's the mistake that decides it. It comes down to 2 or 3 plays, right? When you have 2 teams that are very similar in talent, that's all it is, 2 or 3 plays.
1st and 10 from the Tigers, 35. Play action. Van Asten on the run again. Pretty good blocking. Looking, and watch out. Intercepted.
My.
Intercepted, and that's number 44, Sam Hayes, with the big play by the Tigers.
Yeah, it was a tipped pass.
And Van Asten's down for the Mustangs. He must have taken a shot at quarter after he threw the ball. Looks like he's going to be okay, walk off the field. Didn't see the receiver. It went off somebody's hands. But
I want to say it was De Bruin, but I couldn't see. But, yeah, it was one of the – they had 2 receivers kind of in the same area, Brett. Went back to snag it. Ball got tipped, but nice play by Hayes to pick that off. Now Wrightstown's in business. 1st down and 10 at the 37.
Yeah, that's a good point by Hayes because that ball is ricocheting back to him pretty fast. But look at Quincy Clister brought down a whole bunch of navy blue jerseys there. Boy, everybody, the intensity is really ratcheted up in this one. Fun 4th quarter we have coming here.
You don't think this is a rivalry? Both these teams know each other well. The coaching staffs know each other well. They bang heads every year, sometimes twice a year, Brett, because they've met in the playoffs.
Yeah. But Hayes showing that great awareness and concentration to snare the pick. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 now for the Tigers. Let's see what Hansen does. Little handoff to Van Zeelen looking for some running room. Ooh, And that was Ryan Verstegen there again, wrapping up. Textbook tackle, just wraps up the legs, and Van Zielen falls. So 3rd and long coming up now for the Tigers.
You know, there always seems to be a hole there, Brett.
It closes
and
quickly.
it closes quickly. You know, he sees a little bit of daylight, and for Verstegen, one of the top linebackers in the area.
Yeah, and he's coming off the field limping.
Oh, that's not a good sign for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he's an all-conference player, one of the best linebackers certainly in this league. And now you have a 3rd and 8 coming up for Wrightstown. Let's see if Hansen's going to go to the air. He is. He's got them out. Nope, he's being pressured, looking downfield.
Oh, he has him open.
And, oh, what a catch by Clister.
Wow.
Diving grab by Clister. And I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him, but extends, somehow holds onto it. Fingertip catch at the 25.
Hey, we'll give Hansen credit, Brett, for buying time, waiting for Clister to get open over the middle of the field. And that is a huge pass play down to the 25.
Beautiful ball, especially on the run, but the catch, spectacular catch by Clister. Just extends and somehow holds on.
37-yard pass play, Brett. You don't see that from the Tigers too much, the long pass plays.
No, but they're like Coach Evers said, they're effective when they do it. There's a big run up the middle.
Riding that momentum, Brett, you feel it moving over to Wrightstown.
That's number 34, Logan Kale. And Wrightstown trying to take advantage of the big interception.
9-yard gain, 2nd down and short now for Wrightstown.
Handoff. I think that's Kale again, and he's got the 1st down inside the 10-yard line, and looking really good right now for the Tigers to put some sort of points on the board as the clock stops to reset the chains. 8:03 to play.
Ball is spotted at the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go for the Tigers.
Van Zielen on the carry.
Both teams right outside the 5, Brett.
Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. So 2nd and goal from the 6 for the Tigers. Hansen fakes it. He's got it.
Himself.
Yep.
He's got it himself.
He's going to look for daylight and brought down hard. Huss and number 18, Andrew Rode, combining on that tackle.
I'm telling you, he is really good at hiding that ball, Brett.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. We didn't see the flag, so it looks like this one's going to be marched back. And we've seen this from Wrightstown before. These inopportune penalties stalling drives. So holding call marches it back to, what, the 15, 16-yard line? So 2nd and goal from the 16. Is this the time to go to the air, Ricardo?
I think it is.
So let's see what Hansen wants to do here. As he's got it. Yeah, he's going to look downfield. High rainbow toss. And incomplete. Oh, no, they said it's a touchdown. Nope, incomplete.
Well,
it is incomplete.
Signal touchdown.
Well, I saw I'm watching it through my binoculars. The ball came out. It is incomplete. I thought he had it. But then I saw the ball squirt out, but one of the officials raised his arms to signal touchdown, but I think the right call was made.
That's Quincy again.
Quincy Clister almost had it. Nice job by Hansen to just throw it up high, let your receiver try to make a play, a high point the ball, but just couldn't come down with it. So 3rd and goal from the 16 coming up for Wrightstown.
Now you take another shot in the end zone, or you try to get a little bit closer for your field goal kicker,
I think I would try. Well, I'm conservative again, so I would just say, well, we haven't seen any kicks made yet tonight either, so that's not a gimme either. I think I would air it out, go to the end zone. Hansen kind of directing traffic there, waiting for the snap in the shotgun. He's got it on the whoa, watch out, and almost brought down. How about number 57 coming in, Kyle Van de Leegraaf, the senior defensive end, really pressuring Hansen. Hansen did everything he could just to get rid of it to avoid a big sack. So fourth down.
And that looked to be a screen because a couple of defenders came through unblocked. And now you have a potential field goal attempt, which I'm going to guess what's that? About a 31-yard field goal, 32-yard field goal?
It'll be Michael Bunton coming out, and they're setting up at the 25, I think, so a 35-yarder coming up. Little Chute's going to call its first time out of the second half. Don't go away, folks. This one's coming down to the end with 6:26 to go. We're all tied up at 6 apiece. Great Northeastern Conference battle. So glad we're able to stream this game tonight. Can't beat it.
Yep.
And it makes me feel really good knowing that Rosie's not freezing outside.
That won't last long, Rosie, my friend.
Yeah,
remember, this drive.
Come on.
This drive started off that tipped pass attempt or pass reception.
Interception. Yep.
That went into Hayes' hands.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, come on, the weather folks don't know what's going to happen a week from now. It could be beautiful again.
Well, it looks to be in the 50s, high 30s. In the
Stop it.
Yeah, I hope they're wrong. I wouldn't mind a little more warmer weather.
It's supposed to be a nice warm fall and even a warmer winter, so I'm going to hold them to that. Okay, here we go. So it looks like we're going to it's going to be more of a
33-yard.
Yeah, 33-yard attempt for Bunton. Let's see if he's got it. Everything's good. Kick is up, and it's good.
Wow.
33 yards, matches his jersey number.
Brett, that was good from 45 yards.
Big time field goal. 33-yarder by number 33, Michael Bunton. How about that? The junior coming through with a big-time kick. And you're right, Ricardo. That had plenty of distance. 9-6. Tigers with the lead. Still plenty of time. 6:21 to play. Half of a quarter yet to go. Little Chute with 2 timeouts. Wrightstown has all 3. And again, we appreciate everybody checking us out tonight on postcrescent.com, Green Bay Press Gazette.com, both Facebook sites, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel.
Fun game, Brett. I love these two teams when they play each other in any sport. It's always a drag down fight.
Yep, I agree.
And I think we're going to see another good one come down to the end here because despite the turnover, I think Little Chute's been able to move the ball in the second half. So we'll see what Coach Evers has for his boys.
Kick goes to, that's number 19 on the return, Timothy Peters. Wrightstown folks on the far sideline into this one. They're happy with the result of that kickoff. And it looks like Little Chute's going to start from its own 23. Well, now if you're Van Asten at quarterback, you got to shake off that interception. You've been on a groove. You're in a groove. You've been hot. And I think for the Mustangs, the success has been that short to intermediate passing game. It's going to be up to that offensive line to keep the pressure off of their quarterback. Let's see what the Mustangs have dialed up as Van Asten hands off to number 23, Steve Hack, but big number 9, Quincy Clister, was there on the tackle.
Also on the tackle, Rosandick and Varsity. Gain of 2 on the play, ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
2-yard pickup for Hack. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Mustangs. clock running here at Fitzpatrick Field. 9-6. Tigers with the lead. Van Asten, he's got to hurry. Throws it and just wisely throws it out because the pressure was coming pretty fast. So big third down coming up for this Mustangs offense. Down 3. Last thing you want to do, Ricardo, is go 3 and out and punt it away, especially with an offense like
that can grind it out.
Yes, and just run out the clock.
Third and a long 8 for the Mustangs. Now, we've seen Tate Huss come up big here, Brett, in these kind of situations.
Yeah, just know where you are on the field, know where that first down marker is, and make sure you run a route to get past that stick. Let's see if Van Atten, nothing, nothing.
That's unfortunate, Brett. Wrightstown defensive line gave Van Asten no time on that play.
Looked like 56, Austin Colts gets credited with the sack.
So Wrightstown's defense coming up with a big play with the big sack.
And now if you're a Little Chute fan, you're watching that clock thinking we got to get the ball back somehow, some way, one more time. But look at this great field position. So now not only that, but a team that can grind it out like we were saying, but now there's a battle of field position as well. So Huss getting ready to punt near the goal line. And not bad punt considering where he was. Goes into Wrightstown territory, going to be spotted at the 47-yard line. So it's going to be up for that Mustangs defense to force a 3 and out because you know that Wrightstown's going to just run.
Well, Little Chute has been playing well overall on defense. So you know that if you get them in a third and long, that's not Wrightstown's forte. So first 2 downs are critical here, Brett.
Got a tweet again from Oshkosh Herald Sports. 40-8 Lourdes tops O'Connell Falls. Bauer 6 total scores. Preston Rudiger 5 catches, 2 scores. Jack Huizenga 3 catches, 2 scores. Very talented team down at Lourdes. And here's a run by Kale. Dives forward, and that's a pretty good start for the Tigers as the clock's going to continue to run. Oh, the clock has stopped for some reason.
Yeah, why is the clock stopped?
Yeah, you can see the Wrightstown people saying, let's wind this thing up.
But they're keeping time on the field.
You can see the official, too. They're saying start the clock, and now the clock gets going again. So 2nd down and 6, ball at the Little Chute 48-yard line. And now
they're going to let them run the time down a little bit.
There's a good look at the scoreboard here at Fitzpatrick Field. Rosie doing an excellent job on the camera work, as always. And Wrightstown, yeah, no rush. They're just going to kind of probably burn a timeout here, I'm thinking, pretty soon, unless that play clock, see when the official starts counting it. No, they're quickly to the line. Now the official is starting to count it down here on the other side, and there's a handoff, and that might be enough. Nope, he's going to be stopped short. That's Kale again. So 3rd down coming up. Does Little Chute want to burn a timeout now to save some time? 3rd and 2. Ball's going to be at the 44-yard line. Maybe we'll call it a long 1 even.
It is, yeah, Brett. This is critical for Little Chute now.
Yeah, Hansen just powers his way forward. Good push by that offensive line, and that's a 1st down. And now that stops the clock, obviously, to reset the chains. But now Little Chute's going to have to start burning its 2 timeouts.
Down to the 43. So nice measured drive so far for Wrightstown. And now, like you said, Brett, Little Chute's going to have to start saying sayonara to those timeouts.
Well, if you're the Mustangs defensively, you're hoping you can just somehow pop that ball free But you can see Wrightstown right now, and again, no rush to get to the line of scrimmage. Going to let as much time as they can off the clock.
It's got to be excruciating for Little Chute.
You're thinking of
But now you have to, after this play, you got to use your timeouts.
right. You're right. I'm sure Ted Evers is just like, hurry up, snap the ball, and let's get a stop, and let's start taking some timeouts. Hanson doing a good job of just directing that offense. That looked like Logan Kale. Now Little Chute will burn a timeout. So that's second timeout for the Mustangs, one remaining with 2:22 to play.
Gain of 1 on the play, ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
2:22 left. A couple of timeouts left for Little Chute. Figure Wrightstown to run it a couple more times.
Oh, yeah. They're not going to do what the Chicago Bears did last night in their time management situation. And
Well, I will say that they they have no faith in their kicker. Right? So that's why he attempted that. He's been burned too many times, as you know,
apparently, but
by bad
wow.
kicking.
That was a very eyebrow-raising play call by Matt Nagy, your guy.
He had faith in his defense, though, and the defense came through.
Those watching tonight or listening, watching, whatever, Ricardo is a huge Chicago Bears fan.
Yes,
which makes it still puzzling to me why you help co-host Clubhouse Live, but whatever.
you need someone to keep it real, right, Rosie?
Yeah.
Add to the show.
Yeah, you always accuse the Packer fans of stuff. Well, I see your tweets, Ricardo. You're the same way.
Oh, I'm an unabashed meatball. I like to call them meatballs.
At least you can admit it. Second down for the Tigers. Hanson waiting for the snap. Little handoff.
Whoa, what happened there? Okay.
And Logan Kale brought down. So last timeout coming up for the Mustangs.
No gain, Brett. So that's 3rd down and 8. So I guess technically, if you're Little Chute, this is about the best that you can hope for.
Well, you know, Wrightstown going to run it again,
Yeah,
and run
and
the
the-
clock,
and
and then
then-
they'll punt it, and it was the game of field position at this point.
They'll have, I'm going to guess, around 2 minutes to get something done. Obviously, in the high school game,
It would be less than 2 minutes. It's
less 2 minutes, but
yeah.
but the clock will stop. Will stop after each first down. But it's imperative that you get first downs.
Well, it's imperative if you're the Mustangs that you stop Wrightstown here on this
Right.
big 3rd down play. Otherwise, that's a ball game.
Am I putting the
So-
cart before the horse?
Yeah, I mean, you still got to get the stop, 3rd and 9. But I would be stunned if Wrightstown just doesn't run it. They've got the lead. They've got field position, and Little Chute with no more timeouts remaining. And trust your defense. So you can hear the Mustangs fans in front of us looking for one more big stop here. Hanson waiting for it. Hands off to Van Zeeland, who is looking for some space. Almost dives forward.
almost
Good hard
does.
run by Van Zeeland, but Mustangs do get the stop. And good job by Van Zeeland staying in bounds.
Well, Brett, they blitzed on that play. Did Little Chute, but to the wrong side, and Van Zeeland able to pick up a couple yards here, get it down to the 35.
Yeah, so clock running, and Wrightstown, I would imagine, will punt the ball away. Or is Wrightstown going to stay out there offensively, or are they going to burn a timeout maybe and get that punt unit out there? I'd imagine maybe they're just going to let as much time off the clock as they can. You can see the official on the far left. He's counting it down on the play clock, and you know Coach Klister is going to call that timeout right now. And he does.
So I wonder, does Little Chute only have 2 timeouts? They didn't stop it after that one.
Little Chute's out of timeouts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Wrightstown.
A little more dire than I thought.
Yes,
All right.
Wrightstown now just burned its first timeout, let as much time run off the clock as possible. I imagine they'll get their field or their punt unit out and force the Mustangs to
They're going to be coming after that kicker.
yeah, all out blitz on the kicker, send everybody. Heck of a ball game here at Fitzpatrick Field. Great to be here. Wouldn't mind coming back here later in the season if we can maybe work it out, look at some different matchups. But
Definitely. I like the accommodations. And
yep,
is it Miss Wallace who helps out?
Kelly Wallace, yep, does a great job here. So always fun to visit. Been too long.
Brett.
And, well, they're going to go for
Okay.
it. Interesting. They're going to try to draw the little Mustangs up. Nope, they're going. There's a snap. Quincy Clister, he dives forward, but I think he might have been stopped. No, he's up.
He fumbled it.
Wow, this play's still live. Well, that was number 81 who picked it up, Mason Rice, the senior tight end, but some confusion there. You can see Ryan Verstegen of the Mustangs saying he was down.
No, they're saying it was a fumble in advance by the offense. Now, obviously in the NFL, you can't do that in the NFL, can you? Advance a fumble?
I don't know. You're right. I don't.
Because of the holy roller.
Ask Ken, the official, but
He's
that
not
takes
watching,
Rice takes it all the way inside the 10. I thought Clister was down short of the first down marker, but with no timeouts remaining, now all Wrightstown has to do is go into victory formation as they are about to grind out a big Northeastern Conference victory.
Wow.
Wow is right. What a way to end this one. Have to, when we get back, check that out on replay because I'd like to see what happened. Of course, there was a big scrum. I just remember seeing Clister diving forward for one last attempt to get that first down. I thought he was down, but obviously the officials said the ball squirted out, and then Mason Rice, Johnny on the spot, doing a great job of picking it up and really securing this one. Could you imagine if a loose ball, somebody from Little Chute scoops it up and scores? That could have been a big moment as Hansen takes the final knee of this one, and that's how this one is going to end. What a game here at Fitzpatrick Field. Another defensive battle, low-scoring battle between these two programs, Ricardo. They never fail to give us great games. Even we've streamed some fun basketball games between these two as well.
Kind of what we expected, Brett, and really fantastic athletes on both sides. Talk about Little Chute a little bit. You know, it's one of those things where things worked in spurts for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they never were able to find a rhythm on offense except for the one drive that came off the turnover. Or I'm not sure. Actually, I didn't. Now thinking of Wrightstown, but they really had only one or two drives where things were clicking.
Were there a couple turnovers there tonight?
Yeah. And then Wrightstown defensively really doing the job, getting the big turnover to set up the go-ahead points. And what can you say? That's what it comes down to, Brett. When they're evenly matched teams, 3-4 plays decide this game.
See how they have to shake hands now tonight.
Nice camera work, Rosie.
Both programs with tremendous amount of respect for each other and coaching staffs as well. It's always a battle, but congratulations to Wrightstown for surviving a 9-6 game. I thought maybe there'd be a little bit more scoring, but it was fun game, and have a feeling that maybe these two teams might end up seeing each other, maybe depending on how
whatever
how
playoff
they set
system,
things up,
because they're obviously along with Freedom, the best D4 teams in the area. Along with Xavier, we can't forget Xavier.
Well, I'd love to see Xavier too, and we got to somehow make that work. But again, the accommodations, or at least the protocols, the restrictions at Rocky Bleier Field make it really difficult for us to get over there and live stream a game. So,
all right, I'm going to head down there and
we'll figure it out.
Head down there and talk to the coaches.
Yeah. What is the game plan? Where can folks find your stuff tonight?
Postcrescent.com. I'll have a little write-up, a little 4 or 5 graph write-up, and then I'll have a column that kind of recaps the entire weekend for Sunday. Look for it Sunday online and in print.
Fantastic. And then, of course, don't forget about Dan Powers, our photojournalist, who's taken, I'm sure, a bunch of great images tonight. You can find his photo gallery on postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com later tonight. So let me, it's not going to take very long to go through the scoring.
No, it won't.
Not like some of those Kimberly Fond du Lac games or Bayport games where it's like 20 different times somebody scored. This will go very fast. Wrightstown got on the board first, took a 6-0 lead with 4:05 remaining in the opening quarter on a 40-yard interception return for the touchdown by Jared Pelishik. The PAT was no good. Little Chute answered and tied it up with 3:54 to play in the third quarter on a 10-yard touchdown run by Nolan Lamers. That capped actually a 12-play, 80-yard drive. The kick was blocked. That made it 6-6. And then what proved to be the game winner, and Ricardo was right. Next score wins the game, and the next score was a 33-yard field goal by Michael Bunton with 6:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Made it 9-6, and that's how this one ended tonight here at Fitzpatrick Field. With the victory, Wrightstown improves to 3-0 on the season. They're home against Fox Valley Lutheran next Friday in a Northeastern Conference game. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Little Chute falls to 2-1 on the year. Big game coming up again for the Mustangs. They're at Freedom next Friday. That's the County End game. The County End sign, the battle for the County End sign. That's a Northeastern Conference game as well. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. As for where we'll be next week, to be determined. I'll announce the game will be streaming on my Twitter account, so give me a follow at PCBrettC. You can also access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week live streams link. So for Ricardo, Rosie, and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I am Brett Christopherson signing off from Fitzpatrick Field here at Little Chute High School, where once again, the final score tonight, great game, great defensive battle, ends up going to the Wrightstown Tigers as they take down the Little Chute Mustangs 9-6. Thanks for watching, everybody.